Yesterday's race here at Milwaukee gave us an example of what to do right on short track racing. We're 20 minutes away from the command to be given for engines to be fired in what could be a championship day for Alex Palou. Yes, hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box. Myself and Josh T alongside us. Here we go then. If Alex Palou gets more than 54 points coming into this race, he will be champion. The gap must be 55 or more, and he has done it. It's not the first time he could do it in the penultimate round of the season. He did it last year as well. But JT, yesterday's race, finished second. Pato O'Ward was on top though, and O'Ward starting to close him in 100 points back. Basically, there's 108 left on the board, and nobody's got a clue who could take them. Two very unpredictable races ahead of us.
Yeah, absolutely. And two completely different circuit types as well. And, well, if Palou wins, Power needs to finish second. If Power finishes ahead of Palou, the championship goes to Nashville. And if Power finishes in the bottom three, Palou needs to finish 14th or worse. And Palou clinches his championship with 55-point lead. As you said, the gap is currently 43 points. And the Oracle has spoken.
Matthew Owens.
And, well, it's kind of half answered our question, but we'll get to it after we speak to Alex Palou.
Huge loss, but I know you want to have as much buffer as you can. So how do you balance going after wins, which I know are still a priority, versus just doing what you have to do to continue to manage this points lead the next two races?
I think it doesn't really change what we've been doing all year and what we've done also yesterday. We're a bit unlucky there with that last yellow, a bit too aggressive. We actually were going for that win. That's why we pitted early, got the yellow after that, and that's why we went from second to seventh. So, car's feeling great on race trim, so hopefully we can move forward today, fight for the win, and then we'll see what happens at Nashville. But yeah, the target's still to try and win the race.
Had a top 5 yesterday, just needs another one of those today. Alex Palou starts 10th.
So certainly the championship is the only focus for Palou and Power, but everybody else wants a win, as Townsend said, trying to secure their futures.
Sorry, my mic was muted there. Yes, as Palou says, he does want to get a win today as well. Many people are fighting for a race win, but JT does tell what the Oracle was saying.
So, it kind of half answers our question, it kind of half doesn't answer our question. The last time it happened, I believe, this is what Matthew's saying, is 2004 with Kanaan and 2005 with Weldon.
The
back-to-back years, not back-to-back drivers.
Okay. So it's never been done by the same driver before. Matthew Owens speaks.
I don't think so.
Now, what is Matthew planning for this? Has he got a team on for INDYCAR, or is he coming to join us?
Let me ask him.
If he wants to come join us, he can do. He said, I've got you guys on for Monza. We're David scheduling INDYCAR and NASCAR, but I should be able to put INDYCAR on myself. If that changes, I'll let you know. You haven't let me know, so I don't know. Let's say hello to Tom Gaymore.
Well, a warm welcome to Milwaukee. We're in the Midwest, Wisconsin, and INDYCAR returns to the mile for the first time since 2015. Well, my name's Tom Gaymore, and I'll be talking you through all of the action tonight when our NBC colleagues take their commercial breaks. And as we look forward to this 250-mile race, it's Joseph Newgarden, who didn't have the best day in the office, who has the best starting position today. He's won 10 of the last 15 races, and he's always someone to watch when we race on the ovals. It's Scott McLaughlin, who was quick yesterday but dropped back in terms of tyre deg, who starts alongside him, and then it's Marcus Armstrong and Will Power. Now, we've talked about Will Power in 4th place. He's basically 43 points behind Palou. Palou must outscore Power by at least 12 points to win it tonight. That's the simple equation. If Pato wins the race and leads the most laps, then he will be crowned champion too. Now look at row 10, Connor Daly on screen. He managed something like 51 passes yesterday. He was absolutely phenomenal on the green flag, and I think it was 11 cars that he passed on the opening lap. Look out for one or two others to try that. That high line was very, very good to Connor Daly in the early stages of the opening laps yesterday. And as we look at today's race, I expect others to, if not cover it off, to definitely try it. Now, the top 5 of yesterday's race filled with 5 different teams: Arrow, McLaren, Team Penske, Juncos, Hollinger, AJ Foyt and Chip Ganassi. It was an all Chevrolet podium, so Honda really have had to do their homework overnight, and we'll see what they have brought to the race. Well, one of the most favoured drivers there, Connor Daly, one of the biggest stars of the show, just having a chat with Helio Castroneves. Let's head back to pit lane for more pomp and ceremony.
Race fans have had the chance to win one of 3 new Corvettes, courtesy of HyVee. Tune in to the INDYCAR finale at Nashville in a couple weeks to find out who will be the final winner. Scan the QR code on your screen right now to learn more. Well, INDYCAR's returned to Milwaukee for the first time in almost a decade yesterday in race number 1, and boy, it was entertaining. Had lots of drivers that were making charges on the restarts coming from the back of the field. Connor Daly, maybe the best and most exciting story, starting deep in the field and scoring a podium for the Juncos Hollinger team. He starts deep again today in the 20th spot, but certainly will be a fun one to watch. Santino Ferrucci, always exciting as well. He was working the high line. And then, of course, you have the championship battle. How do these two drivers battling it out at the front decide how aggressive to be? Will Power is on full offense. Alex Palou just has to make sure he gets through today with a fighting chance to get to Nashville. Lots to cover. Let's get things started for race 2 at Milwaukee with pre-race ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you rise and remove your hats as the 128th Air Refueling Wing of Wisconsin Air National Guard presents our nation's colors. Please remain standing as INDYCAR Ministry Chaplain Chuck Lessick offers today's invocation.
Let's pray. Lord God, we just want to say thank you for this absolutely beautiful day you've provided for today's race here in Milwaukee. As we celebrate Labor Day and the American workforce, we just thank you for the prosperity our country enjoys. Lord, we're about to go racing again here in Milwaukee, and we ask your steady hand of protection over each and every one of us. Get us home safe to our friends and family. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Here to honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Please welcome State Fair favorites, the kids from Wisconsin.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Land of the free and the home of the
ultimate race of the year for the NTT IndyCar Series, and in a couple weeks, the series finale heads back to the Nashville Superspeedway. It's the 4th running of the Nashville Music City Grand Prix. Scott Borchetta heads up the promotion team. So what makes this relationship with IndyCar such a great fit going back to Nashville?
Well, you know what? Nashville is the it city, and there's no better place to have the NTT IndyCar finale than Nashville. So we're so over the top excited. The music's going to be incredible, and hopefully we don't decide the championship today, and we have a reason to go, all out in Nashville at the Nashville Superspeedway.
But it's back on the oval this year for the first time in a while. What should fans be most excited about as the series heads back to Nashville Superspeedway?
Well, for everybody who saw the race yesterday, the race on the Milwaukee Mile was incredible, and so that's what oval racing. IndyCar was born on an oval at the Indy 500, so it's great to end the season on oval.
Can't wait to get back there in a couple weeks. The Big Machine Music City Grand Prix on the side of Nolan Siegel's car today, Georgia.
Dylan, you already mentioned him, but we have to give him another mention because he made yesterday so exciting. That's Connor Daly from 25th to 3rd yesterday. That was his first podium in 8 years, and it was Juncos Hollinger Racing's first ever podium. So making history for this team, he made 51 on-track passes. This is his pass for 3rd right here. 51 on-track passes, 31 of those for position. He got to celebrate with the team, with other drivers. You saw Will Power, and with his family. All around a good day. Today, he starts 5 spots better in that 20th position. We'll see what he can do.
Thanks, guys. Well, we'll introduce Jackson Lambrose as well to the team, who's made his way up as well. And I apologise for the ping, because I got told that the green flag was actually at 20 to the hour, and they've moved it to the top of the hour. So IndyCar getting us wrong.
You're good.
Hello, Jackson.
Hi. Everything feels confusing about this weekend. I have not been this amped up for a race. I mean, since Portland, if I'm being honest. But I was so scared. Like everyone, we were so scared that oval racing was going to be bad after Iowa, and the drivers were not throwing us a line at all at Gateway or here. It was, oh, I can't use the outside line. I can't get a run on anybody. And Iowa and Gateway, Iowa was not great. Gateway, fantastic. And yesterday, fantastic. Cannot wait to see what goes down today.
We're getting ready for the start then as well. The grid has been published, of course. Joseph Newgarden starting on pole position today. He's at the 2nd fastest time. Scott McLaughlin going down to 2nd place as well. Jackson, who's your money on today? Can Palou clinch the title?
It's looking like a possibility. I think you guys heard it best from Will Power. It's just stay in front and hope for ill will upon the 10 car. I really, really like either Joseph Newgarden or Scott McLaughlin, guys. Two really, really strong guys, have both been strong on the ovals. There's a special kind of confidence when you're able to totally rebuild the car and have a fresh look for both the 2 and the 3. Honestly, Pato O'Ward, get the broom out, sweep the weekend. Wouldn't be surprised to see that either.
O'Ward starting this race 7th on the grid though, JT, and he's got a very fast Colton Herter as well, who's feeling a bit vengeful after yesterday. He wants to get back up there.
Yeah, he is wanting to get back up there. I honestly think Pato O'Ward can do the double, but one thing that is definitely going to confuse everyone, and definitely us up in the commentary box, is that Joseph Newgarden and Scott McLaughlin have decided to change liveries between the races.
Is that not the most Team Penske thing they could have done?
That is the most Team Penske thing. But the thing is,
the
Newgarden car was blue yesterday. Now the McLaughlin car is light blue today.
It is directly inverted of the gray and blue. You got Newgarden in the gray and red tire rack colors. Scotty Mack back in the kind of baby blue, light blue, Gainbridge colors. In the words of Scott McLaughlin on Twitter, I just have a lot of friends. So, doing what you can. I mean, I get it. I like the variety. I wish for fans and for spotters and for everybody there was just that little bit more of consistency. I'll say this. As F1 fans, would you rather have, like, every single car being different, or clearly distinguishing them, like, you know, you gotta have this scheme if you're Penske or Foyt or something like that?
I'd like a consistency, to be fair. Just big events, yeah, because we get time changing, but day to day shouldn't be allowed.
Oh, for the 500, you should be able to run whatever you want,
Yes.
objectively. But
For
like
every other, keep it the same.
every other race, it should be consistent. Like what you run at St. Pete is what you run for the rest of the season.
Yes. Is this my iron, Jesse? It is. Sorry, JT. You're cut off by a legend.
Part of open wheel racing and has seen her share of events and winners over the last century plus. From Rex Mays to Rick Mears, myself, and AJ Foyt. For the drivers today, welcome to the mile. It may seem simple enough on paper, but don't let that fool you. The 4 flat corners are wide and inviting, but there is risk in every pass. Get it right, and you'll join a long list of legends that have been victorious at the iconic oval.
Michael Andretti has won here in Milwaukee. Al Unser Jr. has won.
After a 9-year pause, INDYCAR is back at the historic Milwaukee Mile.
It's special to be back at the Milwaukee Mile. It's always special when Mario Andretti is involved. A 5-time winner here at the mile. Only Roger Ward with 7 had more. It's the HyVee Milwaukee Mile, race number 2 of the doubleheader weekend. Final 3 in the championship. 2 to go now on ovals. Kevin Lee, Townsend Bell, James Hinchcliffe. Townsend, you are a road racer that picked up ovals quite nicely. In fact, you lapped the field here in Indy Lights. So what's it take to do well here?
What's so great about the Milwaukee Mile is the breadth of canvas, the space that it gives you to use your racer artistry and come up with different lines and different angles and different racing surfaces to work with.
Yeah, well, if you look at the average finish on ovals, Scotty Mack's the 4th. He's the highest, though, Jackson, on the list. So is Scotty Mack going to be up there to take a victory?
100%. I think the only thing he wants after Iowa is to further emphasize the fact that he belongs here. And, I mean, it's not like there's been a lot of doubt for that over the past, what's it been, 3-4 years now? But I think for him, he would love to just be back on the top step of the podium.
JT, simple question for you there as we take a look at the starting grid alongside us now as well up here in the comms box. There's so much more interest ahead. Who are you going to be keeping your eye upon when the green flag falls?
I'm going to go with the easy Pato O'Ward, Connor Daly, Santino Ferrucci, and mentioning those 2 names together, well, Daly and Ferrucci have had a lot of history in previous years, but I saw a video yesterday. Santino Ferrucci personally went to go and congratulate Connor Daly of his podium.
And it was very well deserved. But this is what can happen, Jackson. The biggest crash we had yesterday. Newgarden coming down, blocking Ericsson. Ericsson spinning out. They've done fast work on both cars. They're ready to go.
Every single year every single time we race here, we feel like it's a different kind of sort of beef. But, I mean, that was honestly just the very definition of a racing incident. You've got Ericsson who's shooting to the inside and is trying to just stay out of the curbing. He'll know that'll upset the car. And you've got Newgarden on the high side who's just trying to stay out of the marbles, knowing that he'll lose it at that point. And just a little bit of that back rear of Ericsson getting on the side pod, and it was pretty much over as soon as it started.
We're all set then, ready to go. Let's head back to NBC as we get ready for the command for today's race as well. In a few moments' time, let's also check what the booth is saying.
He's got to go try to win this thing. Yes, of course, he's got to finish ahead of Alex Palou, but nothing is going to close the gap like a race win today. And his teammate, Joseph Newgarden, is going to be fascinating to watch. He's going to want to redeem himself after ending there in the fence yesterday. So for a lot of these drivers, Kevin, high expectations today. It's time to crack a can and just flat get after it.
That seems appropriate in Beer Town in Milwaukee. The fans have come back for day 2, building for the future. And we're ready to get started again for race number 2. Let's head back down to the grid.
Here to give the command for today's race, please welcome your Grand Marshal, Governor Tony Evers.
Drivers, start your engines.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. Don't have political figures giving the command. You get mixed mixed results. Ready to go then at Milwaukee Mile for race 2 of the 250s. Let's check in with Tom Gatemore.
The order of the day yesterday. What are we going to see in the heat? The afternoon heat here in the Midwest Wisconsin and this afternoon. Colton Herta, well, the wheels literally came off his challenge yesterday, the Andretti Autosport machine. Well, Andretti have been good in the oval guys, certainly during the introduction of the hybrid units. Don't forget, we've got the hybrid here at the Milwaukee Mile, but for Colton Herta yesterday, came out of pit lane and lost that wheel, and that really did send him to the back and derail his challenge. A penalty for that as well. So for Colton Herta, he'll be hoping for better fortune today.
I'm going to interrupt Tom here for a great F1 troll tweet that I've just read. Someone's put, "Congratulations to Logan Sargent for being promoted to Colonel." Because the initials...
It's not going to happen. It's just so not going to happen, but God, I want it to.
I know, but I'll send you it in the comms chat. The initials are, for Colapinto, COL. So instead of Sergeant, it's Colonel. So it was quite funny. Yeah, where is it? I'll send you the comms chat now. And pasting. You can hear it.
Rod Brown in the chat. Laps led this year. Scotty Mack at 100, or is that first with 505. Pillow is third with 250. Newgarden 79, which kind of speaks for itself.
Up and down, side to side, isn't it? Compared to it all. Is my Wi-Fi on? Apparently, I've got no data at all in this commentary box.
We can hear you.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Just my phone. Honestly, the signal's been so bad today ever since the end of the Formula 1 race as well. There we go. It's sent. Check guide hopefully will work soon. I've sent it. Excellent. At least I hope it will.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, you saw it then. Good. So I find it funny. JT, take a look at it.
I don't want to stir the hate cauldron. I'm just scared because as IndyCar fans, we know how that Argentinian fan base can get sometimes.
Yeah. We do.
And I don't know if the Campino fan base is different from this kid's, but there's a little bit of anxiety if that guy gets into any trouble with certain people in the fields.
Oh, Pelosi!
Oh my goodness.
The one thing that we didn't want to happen has happened. Alex Palou has stopped. He hasn't even left pit lane. Now, is this a feature of what we saw with Scott Dixon back at Mid-Ohio? And is the championship about to take one more major turnaround?
Oh my goodness. The one very thing Palou didn't want to happen, and if this is down to hybrid, there is going to be a lot of not great conversation going on after the race tonight. Safety team already out to respond. Pit crew has no idea what's going on with the 10. They can hardly believe it. They're going to try and refire that car themselves. Barry Windsor gets to work here to try and maybe help him diagnose it from the cockpit.
Christopher Hard has said Palou is being told to power down all the way, must be power cycling the car.
We've gone green and the race will go to full course caution immediately. So the race is underway and we will go to caution. So this is big. That means, though, if the green flag was given and we went immediately to full course yellow, which means Palou is losing laps here. So they are not going to delay the start. And it has begun. Lap 1.
No, it's going to be a clean slate for Palou.
Are we sure on that? They won't hold him back because he's now losing laps. The tick is starting.
No, he's 100% going to be losing laps. This is great for power. This is bedlam, though, for the 10 crew as they try and figure this out. I can only hope this isn't the hybrid system because, oh boy, we're not going to be here in the end of it.
Confirmation from race control, the race will be started double file with a hole in the 5th row on the grid.
So the race effectively has started. We're on lap 1 of 250. We are starting behind the pace car. Let's listen in.
All of the things that this team has done right in terms of what they can control,
it's the hybrid,
this
Jackson.
is not seemingly one of them. as the leaders cross start finish and as
Palou goes a lap down. He is out of the race. Is he going to be fully out of the race? It doesn't matter. Alex Palou is a lap down, and the championship will not be decided today, ladies and gentlemen. We go down to the season finale at Nashville in 2 weeks' time.
Going behind the wall.
Oh.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
So the question then is, if Palou can't get
Never
this
mind.
back out now, how long will it be? He'll go all the way back to his stall. And the big question then is, what can Will Power do
Look at that, 16 already.
to get this, to improve this championship, starting 4th?
So he's
And if
now
you're Colton
3.
Herta, there's even fireworks going off in your head, because you've got a chance here, especially if you get yourself to the sharp end of this field.
This has majorly changed the action. Look at that, he wants to refire it. He's saying what's going on. No, just refire me. It won't start, This is disaster. The race is underway. You're 3 laps down on a short oval. Your championship is slipping away.
the systems. This is a disaster.
It also allows open communication between the crew.
I was hearing something in the background there. Look, they're plugging the cable in. Oh my. So they can start this race anytime they like now. Oh, Palou. And how bad does this look for INDYCAR as they finally get the car started, that their championship leader can't start because the hybrid system that they've forced in isn't working?
Wheels are turning on the powertrain.
It looks like they're taking the engine cover off.
Oh, God. What is going on in INDYCAR? I cannot believe
From Kobe
this.
Lambeth here from Grid Network. This would cut the gap down to 16 points where they run right now.
So this is going to be the big one. So we've started under caution. The race is go. So we're on lap 4.
Green
lap
flag
5.
next time, 1 to go.
So we're going to lose 6 laps from the 250 distance because we started behind the caution. And Palou is 6 laps down. Well, this is going to change the field up. It's time to go green officially this time. 5 laps behind the caution. Championship leader in pit lane. Car not firing. Massive advantage on one of the craziest racetracks of the year. We've got 2 races to go. We thought it was going to be wrapped up today. No matter what happens, it goes to Nashville. Who's going to catch up as we go green flag racing for the Milwaukee Mile Race 2? And immediately out goes Joseph Newgarden. He's smashed down by Marcus Armstrong before the green flag, and we go to yet another yellow. It's 2 days running, and the pole sitter's out before the green flag even flies. What is going on today?
I saw no green flag on the starter. I saw no green flag.
It's Lundqvist.
They aborted it.
Lundqvist in the 8 gets into the 11 of Armstrong, and they kind of domino together into Newgarden. That car might be savable. I got to look at the geometry on the back right suspension there, but
how'd they forgot to drive?
Oh my goodness gracious! You can see the wiring of the front camera there.
Palou's
So in the
restarted.
past couple of moments, as we see finally Palou exiting the pits, you've got your championship contender, 10 laps and change down now, and now Joseph Newgarden from pole doesn't even make it to turn 1. What is going on?
I love them all. And Newgarden is getting out of the car. Newgarden is out of the race. So it's 2 races running for the Oval Legend who cannot complete the Milwaukee Mile. He couldn't even get to do a mile.
Are we sure that Newgarden, this isn't Darlington. The Milwaukee Mile is not too tough to tame.
Yeah.
Guys,
This is
Newgarden, please.
We've got Darlington in a couple of hours' time. Are we even going to make the start? They might have to delay it over there because we're not racing here again. And Palou stopped again!
No!
For God's
More
sake!
trouble for the 10! Are you kidding me?
The opening 8 laps of this race has been one calamity after the other. Alex Palou has stopped on the run down to turn 3. This is a running nightmare. Just red flag the race and make sure everyone's okay. Armstrong stuck in the pit lane. It was Lundqvist
If
who
I'm
hit
Kyle
him.
Novak, I'm genuinely considering that at this point, Josh.
Yeah.
This is...
Just red flag it and get them all
Oof.
back in.
Okay, so what I believe happened at the start was they never actually threw the green flag,
No, they didn't.
and they aborted the start due to cars out of position. And Linus Lundqvist did not get the message that they had aborted the start and hit the accelerator.
No, I mean, it's
and
been...
Race Control have confirmed.
Yeah, go on.
It's been confirmed a single file restart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Logical, because we can't do starts apparently.
I mean, it's a whole kind of funk when you've got Alex in the pits and you don't know really what's going on. I think Race Control was honestly trying to cater to Palou just a smidge there, and that kind of led to everyone being a little bit confused here. There seems to be some scrambling for Joseph Newgarden.
Scott McLaughlin.
Josh, we were talking about how
Yeah, go on.
I love and hate being in the pits during moments like this.
Now?
I do not want to be anywhere near the 10 box, and I do not want to be anywhere near Joseph Newgarden right now.
And Graham Rahal has got a problem. He's coming to the pit lane. So's Christian Lundgaard. They've boxed.
Or in other words, you do not want to be anywhere near Chip Ganassi or Penske.
Let's just catch.
Yeah.
Let's just catch it up on the chat here. Hostile out of control. Franco fanbase seems chill as for now. IndyCar is brilliant, says Rod Brown. He gets too much look anyway, says Newgarden. And nobody ate their Wheaties today, says Adam Lambros.
Love that.
That's the quote of the year. Most lead laps in the bank, at least. Yes. This is ridiculous.
I want to drop a big thanks here to both Caden, John Curtin, Hates Amy, and Rod Brown, 3 people who joined us last night. And in chat, at least, I'm sure there might be a couple more people that are just kind of stalking here in the background, but feel free to say hello. Thank you guys for joining us again here on this Saturday evening, morning, night, wherever you may be. It's about just past noon for me. I know it's late for you guys. Josh, you've been doing this since, what, 3 in the morning for me now? Today, at least.
For you, yeah. 6 a.m. for me, I've been up. They did wave it off, so that's a aborted start, and no way Newgarden can restart.
Yeah. Hey, I want you to run it back really quick, because Pato O'Ward, Mr. Fast Hands, does some, once again, brilliant evasion to stay out of this trouble. Goes left, sees Newgarden go low, and instantly swings it right to stay out of being collected from that.
Did he clip his wing?
Go on.
Sorry, did he clip his wing? That was just my question. Go on, JT.
Not entirely sure, but we'll see.
That'll definitely be a penalty for Linus Lundqvist for going when it was aborted.
Everybody sounded like they went.
Oh, that's definitely a right suspension cooked. Yeah, that's going to be day done. You can see that upper A-arm there. That's just out off the chassis.
It seems like
There's powers on board.
Everybody went, and they threw the yellow to delay the start way too late. So I think that is on race control, to be fair.
Back of the field was bunched up too soon, so I think before you even get cars to that point, you probably should have waved it off, because there was probably a 5-car gap between this kind of leader pack and then some of the back markers, Cat Lugging Company. You can see Stingray, Rob, Kiff, Simpson way back there, not even close to the gearboxes of who they should be behind.
Why is it always race 2s that we can never seem to start right at the more, like mile circuits? It keeps happening.
I don't know, but this has given me... I was hoping for tons of caution so I could edit the video that I wanted to edit. So thanks, IndyCar, for being chaotic for once.
We haven't even started yet.
We have not had racing.
And Palou
and
is out of the
that is,
race.
I think, officially going to be day done for Alex Palou. Oh my god.
We're 15 laps into this race, and so far, we haven't even had a green flag lap yet. We haven't even gone green officially yet. That's the problem. Oh my god. Milwaukee Mile is proving to be very rocky. Absolutely insane. There's Palou running back to the 10 squad.
One of the coolest cats in IndyCar is finally and very understandably getting hot-headed right now, as they're going to try and get that car back up and at least running. as they're looking through the data. Oh, to be a fly on the wall right now.
Let's listen.
Again, we've seen cars go back to the garage.
So as soon as it's ready, you just go.
So the car is coming here? Or?
No, to the garage. Going back. So I go back there, get in it. When it's fixed, it'll take 1-2 minutes. When it's fixed, go.
There you go.
They're going. So they're going to fix the car. Right, they're going to fix the car, and then he's going to go. But he's going to be, what, 20-odd laps down?
At least.
But I suppose if he's running, he does pick up points. So any point matters?
This is some Clint Boyer running in Phoenix vibes here. Different circumstances, obviously, but man.
He's got a water bottle from one of the teams.
Hydration is important, kids.
He's
going full sprint, stops at the cooler, grabs the water bottle. Josh, let's try this again.
For the 5th time of asking, are we green this time? There's a green flag with the man in the stand, and Aaron has given us the green. We're racing in Milwaukee after 17 laps of caution, and this time they were 2-3 wide further back. Dixon's taken the low line, so he's moved up to 11th. McLaughlin leads Power, Lundqvist, Rossi, and O'Ward. And now look at the two McLarens, O'Ward and Rossi side by side. I swear O'Ward has some sort of damage that nose.
Romain Grosjean taking one from the book of Connor Daly, trying to get the high side going. Big on the move already. He's gotten past Nolan Siegel for 9th. Ferrucci will hold on to 8th. Malukas and Rosenquist staying in the top 10. Ferrucci's going to try and split that Meyer-Shank sandwich, though.
He's trying on the inside line. He's hooked down to 2, down to 3, JT, but everyone seems to have got to it this time for running. Finally, we've done a lap. And Ferrucci's got him.
Yep, looks like it, as now Ferrucci will have to get past the second of those cars, and that is Rosenquist up next, got past Malukas, now Rosenquist, and now we cut back to Colton Herta, who goes round the outside of Scott Dixon, and here is with a sandwich moment with VK, Dixon and Herta.
That was brave from Herta, but VK didn't know either of them were there. As Herta's...
6.8% of this race we have already done under caution.
It's going to massively change the tyre specs that we were expecting. Still, we're off here. IndyCar starts at 11. We might just have enough time to finish that. It's 2 hours. Yeah. No, 3 hours to complete this. Oh, we'll be fine. We'll be dandy. Meantime, McLaughlin in here with a 10th. Now, the two Penske's at the front, Jackson, I think they're just going to run 1-2 most of the race. They know that they need to bring themselves back into the championship, but Power needs to win.
Will Power is exactly where he needs to be right now. He'll take it whether it's, 50 for first, 40 for second. Get some laps led. Just the one thing he cannot do is tangle with the man he's already gotten in with numerous times this season, his own stablemate, Scott McLaughlin. Just behind them, though, Linus Lundqvist, Josh Turner. I would not be surprised to see a penalty coming his way real soon.
Yeah, and there it is, drive-through penalty for Linus Lundqvist for avoidable contact.
Look at Eriksson trying to go on the outside of Malukas into turn 1 as the TV pictures freeze. He's taking the high line, and he's going to nicely drag him through. Palou is back in the car, chaps. Oh, a little bit of adjustment there.
I'll tell you what, as we continue to watch this Eriksson battle, if it's a hybrid issue that's out of Palou's control to help a Penske win the championship, I'm not saying it is, but that's not doing Penske any favors for making this look rigged.
There's the pass through for Linus Lundqvist. Points as they run. 8 points will be the difference between Palou and Power right now. Palou needs to get up past Newgarden. Then he just starts ticking off laps. Confirmed penalty for Lundqvist, as JT said earlier. Can Palou actually get started? That's the question.
Yep. Podium running for Alexander Rossi. How about that? Felix Rosenquist stays in the top 5. David Malukas getting chewed up a bit here.
Siegel's in with
issues
problems.
Is it Siegel now?
His hybrid's gone. Look, they're taking the engine cover off. Siegel's hybrid's power's gone as well. Oh, for God's sake. If it's not one, it's the other. Let's hear from Newgarden.
Has been released from the IndyCar medical unit. You made a mention on the radio. He didn't get the memo. Was that directed at the...
don't ask me that question. Come on, I'm not trying to. I get clobbered on a start. Like, it just obviously it's not our day, you know. So, yeah, I mean they go yellow and I get run into. So, yeah, of course, someone didn't get the message.
Thanks, Joseph.
Oh dear. Well done, Georgia. That's a difficult one to try and get a question to. But,
It's a hard ask from Georgia, but yeah.
That's what she's there for. And Jackson, you would have done the same thing. I know I would have. Is this really what we're watching right now? There's a race going on and we're watching the 10 car being pushed to pit road.
You mean the championship leader trying to get back into this thing? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but we got McLaughlin and Power. Oh no, 1.4, never mind. There's McLaughlin leading the way in the Gallagher car. Scotty Mack trying to win on an oval. This should be fun.
Looking for his second win on the left turns. We obviously, JT, we watched him grab his first ever career oval win just a couple weeks back in Iowa.
Yep, and that was one to remember for Scott McLaughlin. Will him joining the iconic list of people who have won around this Milwaukee Mile be his second way to remember winning round an oval?
I've already apologised for leaving you lot with Iowa. I cannot keep apologising more as Pato heads back out into the circuit finally.
Caution and
all right, let's try this for the third time.
Then.
Someone give him a jolt of electricity as Ericsson tries to go around the outside of Malukas and makes it stick for 8th place.
Clean move. I feel like we're getting more comfy using the high line here.
Yeah, it's rubbing in a
And
bit
Connor
more.
was giving some pointers to the track sweepers of, don't do the middle line, give us the high line when you're cleaning it up. That's going to help racing as Siegel's now out of the car.
Oh, and they're going to plug in the umbilical cord as well to try and get that sorted. This race is going from crazy to just bonkers.
Adam Lemmerise in the chat here, JT, he'd be joining a fraternity of guys like Unser Jr., Rick Mears, Michael Andretti. A lot of big names here.
So, just having a word in said ear, watch out for Herta. He's fueled lighter than everybody else. That explains why he's flying through the field so quickly. So he's going to stop early. But I think, actually, thinking about it, with the laps we spent under caution, he might pit the same time as everybody else now.
At this rate, or it's genuinely opening the opportunity to maybe do, because this was a 3-4 stop race yesterday. If yellows go his way, we could maybe see a long run for a 3-stop on if this thing stays green for a while.
Just want to point out as well, yesterday when the race was exclusively on Peacock, we went commercial free for an hour. We've had 2 commercials in 19 minutes of active running. And yeah. Welcome back. You've missed about 7 laps. More than that, actually. If you're watching over in the States. Seriously, side by side, guys. Side by side. Still, not a bad lot.
Trying, man.
Come on.
Lap traffic becoming a factor here, Josh. We've got Power now closing in for the lead here on McLaughlin. They've got the gearbox of Pietro Fittipaldi in view. See if Will Power's going to try and make this stick, or if he's comfy sitting in second.
Power's got no hybrid left down on the run into turn 3 and 4. Then he massively regens it. And he's going around the outside. Look at that. He has so much more power than McLaughlin through 3 and 4. The lead that was 1.4 seconds is now less than a tenth. And Power is going to want to go for the lead here.
Got a good exit there out of 3. And then for defense, I think McLaughlin got back on the juice to try and either hold or extend that gap. So we're seeing a couple different methods of using this. Watch Power here. He's trying to get the high line to try and just get as much momentum as possible off of the exit. He won't pull the hybrid system this time. I think it's a bit of a cat and mouse game right now, trying to see when they're both going to make a move around side Pietro here.
I believe Pato has met minimum speed.
Lost between these.
I can't tell. Thought we'd hear some radio there. Pato's last lap time was 145 mile an hour. And everyone else doing 143s, 144s as well. So he's met minimum speed, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, and Pato has past Newgarden for 26 because Newgarden's out.
So that's an extra point. Lovely.
Should be Nolan Siegel coming up here if he can get it going for another 14 laps as well.
Just be consistent out there. Let them tick off those who crash out, and you should be golden for the end of this one. But they've got to be careful.
First lap car of the day, McLaughlin gets around the outside of Pietro Fittipaldi. Will Power is now next to try and make that move happen. He wants to do this as quickly as possible. He wants to keep this battle for the lead going on. Goes high on the exit. He'll go down about to the middle with Pietro, but won't be too much of a fight from that 30 RLL car.
They've not done well on the ovals, have they, the RLLs? Go on, GT.
Siegel needs to stay in pit road for another 12 laps, and Polo will get 24.
Let's take a look at a flashback to Toronto, your old stomping ground, which caused the accidents. This was McLaughlin and Power the last time they came together, and McLaughlin was sent out of the race in the same liveries they are now, and McLaughlin very happy with his teammate, giving him a round of applause.
Seems like exactly something Will Power would do.
Yes.
Would he be on the receiving end of that incident?
Don't know what you mean, swearing down at poor David Malukas at WWTR.
We were talking a little bit about that
25th.
in the off chat. Yep, that's another point for Polo. Power's a guy that gets heated in the moment, but he owns it and he apologizes for getting heated in the moment. For anyone that follows David Malukas on Insta, that dude cut media availability to go out to the middle of the park that's attached to Portland, go chat with Power, and then did a little photo shoot. Those guys are close. There's still just such a strong feeling of community for the entirety of IndyCar, which I think is what makes this so special. And yes, there might be short-term beefs, but really, I feel like the wounds here kind of heal pretty quickly.
I did wonder if you would make your way out to see that photo op when we heard about it from Worldwide Technology Raceway. I said in the commentary, Jackson will be right there with his phone. He'll be capturing it all. Were you?
I will say, really fun fact about Portland, it is a state-owned it's a state-owned park, so it's all government dollars keeping that track alive, which I don't think there's another track that's necessarily like that. As Will Power dives to the inside of McLaughlin. Sorry, Josh, I'm kind of invading here, but we've got a new leader. It's Will Power.
Jackson, I've been commentating all day. My ulcer, I can barely shout. You're well then welcome to interrupt me.
Okay.
So Power leads to McLaughlin. I was taking a sip of drink anyway. And we're out of Bonjello as well. Now, if you don't have Bonjello over there, it's basically a numbing agent for your gums. So, yeah.
3 points.
Well, Palou is now stuck behind Siegel because Siegel is back out in the pit lane. And there's 7 laps between them two. Oh, yeah, 3 points.
So Palou gains a little bit of points, but Power... Well, Palou gains an inch, Power gains a mile now. That's a 3-point gap going into this. As Palou is going to be hoping for any caution possible.
Nice.
What?
Siegel has officially been put as a mechanical out. Palou will pass him in 6 laps time.
Oh!
To get another point.
Gotcha. Let's go back to Palou really quickly. Just heard this from Grid's Kobe Lambeth. Wasn't the hybrid system itself, it kind of was. It was the battery itself.
Oh, so that really needed a regen of power then. Needed a jump.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's Power going around the outside, lapping some cars now. Gets ahead of Graham Rahal. So Will Power now takes over the control at the front, lap 48 at 250. We're 25 minutes in, but not really because we had that delay for ages. We'll tick this off quite quick. But we all thought the championship would be wrapped up today. I had written this
100%.
thing, I thought it was done, and then all this happens. And then now we've got a title fight like crazy in 2 weeks' time, regardless what happens. Get in.
So the question is then, we are setting the table for the finale at Nashville as we speak. So what is the points going to look like? Power's exactly where he needs to be. This is the very definition of worst case scenario for Alex Palou, and the very shot Will Power needs right now. Curious if Colton Herta is still within that kind of one race range for points, if he's inside that 54-point barrier.
I am taking
But we
a
might
look.
technically have a three-way title fight on our hands here. Colton Herta running in.
I've got points as they run. 74 points back is Colton Herta as he runs. Scott McLaughlin 56. It's just Will Power actually leads the title by 3 points. Yeah, according to my time
just
screen.
saw that.
Yeah. Okay.
Feel like we're maybe not as racy as we were at the start of last night, and that's a couple of reasons. One, because we got all the chaos out real early, and two, about 3 hours earlier of a start. Track's a little bit spicier. Can't quite lean on the mechanical grip of these things quite yet.
Oh, and don't worry, by the way, when we're in Nashville, because it looks like there'll only be 2 in the title, we will have the points as they run on the stream at all times. So you will be able to see that. Yeah. So we also know who's running the championship. I've left it on now, actually, so I can see it as well. So Power leads 5-2-2 to Pelot 5-1-9. So this is big.
I really don't want to say let's set the table here, because we're just a fifth into this race.
Yeah.
Anything could happen, genuinely, for whether that's for Will Power, for Colton Herta, for Alex Pelot, like genuinely. We're just getting started as we see Alexander Rossi take his first trip to pit row.
So is it going to be a smoother stop than yesterday? Oh, he's coming in a little bit tight. I'm always scared they're going to wipe themselves out now as well, especially as it's still dusty out there. New set of black primaries and an aero screen. Not a lot of fuel there, though. 5.8 seconds only. That's a splash and dash and a half.
100%. I want NBC or IMS to get eyes on Connor Daly, because he emphasized just how hard of an entry it is for his pit box. It's the first one, and you've got to get on the brakes, get past the line, and instantly swing that thing into the 78 box. David Malukas takes his trip into pit row. Quickly at work. That's also going to be a pair of fresh Firestone Firehawks. Ericsson will join him as well. Bit of a change on the front wing. Let's see if Ericsson does the same.
Ericsson as well.
Pair off for the 28 crew. Yep.
Malukas nearly ran over
Just
the
as-
front jack, by the way, Jackson. The front wheel gun, he nearly ran over it.
Could have been another penalty there if that happened. I think it's not nearly as inhabited as, the big kahuna waves we were seeing earlier, so that would 100% be more on the crew and less on the driver, I would say, but would still be a penalty for Malukas if that went down.
Santino Ferrucci takes the lead. The leaders hit pit road. Power, McLaughlin, Herta, O'Ward. Let's go down there.
Leader Will Power is coming to you.
Alexander Rossi was the first one to pit a lap ago, and as suspected, that kind of brings everybody down into the pits. This will make a 4-stop strategy for some of these teams possible. You see McLaughlin at the top of the screen, Will Power down on the bottom, Georgia.
And Scott McLaughlin just came in, one of those takers on pit lane. Yesterday, Kyle Moore told me they were battling pretty heavy understeer, which could be the case today, as why Power had better pace than them, but nonetheless, tires and shell fuel.
So that's Herta on green flag pit stop from Dixon. So not a lot of fuel going in. Here we go with Ferrucci and Grosjean coming in. HyVee in 2 as they go back down.
For Ferrucci's career, he's up near pit out, winning the pole at Portland last week, continuing that remarkable season.
Slow start.
For the first time in well over a decade, with a chance to be top 10 in the championship.
That was a really scruffy stop.
Was really slow on the front left there, Josh. You could see the changer there try to make a reach for the front wing, but he was already out of there before he could even reach for it.
I think he did at 1 or 2 turns.
Maybe
most.
1 or 2 turns, yeah. And if things are going right now, we might have, for the first time in 15 years, Catherine Legg leading laps here at the Milwaukee Mile.
She is the leader. Catherine Legg
How about
leads.
that?
Get in. Catherine Legg leads this race. Connor Daly was leading before.
I'm not even sure. I don't think she's even pitted yet, Josh. That's Will Power, who's already obviously come in, just take them for the lead on track.
She's in now.
Yeah. Watch
So-
this replay here.
Is this, I'm being told, watch the merge line from McLaughlin. Comes down, shuts the door on Power, but Power got back through anyway. Okay.
Not sure if we'll have a penalty in play there. Legg finally coming into the pits, as you heard from Josh. Bit of a shuffle here. David Malukas, who was, I believe, 6th or 7th, is now running in 4th. O'Ward falls back a little bit. Rossi in 2nd now.
Good thing is that we don't have the setting sun in the last corner, so they're actually getting a bit more confidence through there compared to yesterday.
Oh, for sure. And I think a lot of those guys were, if you weren't in contention, you were treating that as a 2-hour learning session. Oh, baby. Bit of a slide there.
Oh,
really,
no.
Really productive on the wheel there for Willpower to save that. What's up, JT?
Connor Daly was slow down the backstretch from race control. He's now on pit road.
Oh! Oh!
Battle on track. Oh, almost. More trouble for Marcus Ericsson. Got a taste of his own medicine there from Santino Ferrucci, who just almost got into the side pod there with his back tire. But that's a fantastic high-flying move from Ferrucci. He's up into 6th now.
Look at Colton Herter just behind, and then Roman Grosjean's towing him in. Ferrucci doesn't like either of these guys as well, so he's really making friends at the moment as we come down into 3 and 4. Herter's going to try and take the low line now. This is on Ericsson. Herter's behind. Where's Ferrucci disappeared to? That's what I want to know. Daly's in the pits. O'Ward passes Malukas. Car stops.
We got a slow car on the back stretch, on the front stretch.
Malukas, full course
It's
caution.
Malukas.
So the yellow's out again. Malukas in trouble. Has he touched the wall? I can't see anything. Rocky on suspension. So what's happened there? Well, for David Malukas, he's slow. Highliner 1. Helps Daly now. One of those too many laps into this yellow.
Brush the wall, exit turn 4.
Right. So suspension possibly. David Malukas was out yesterday as well.
Could have knocked the drive shaft. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. Depending on how hard it is, it may have knocked something more internal that we can't see.
I think he's trying to get to the turn-off point on the back stretch so that he can get it sorted. 64-250. Yellow's out.
That's going to be hard on the high line when everyone's going down on the low line, and with this short circuit.
I wonder what they're going to do here to get rid of that then. Yellow's out. And they're going to try. It's not, again, a problem for the hybrid battery power, is it, for Connor Daly? Still working on the 78 now. This is ridiculous. Today...
I'll say this. It's good that, as sucky as it is, it's kind of good that it's not just Palou.
Yes.
Who's alone suffering with this issue. As he'll have, actually, probably some good advantage from this yellow. He'll have a scheduled pit stop here.
Is it me, or is Palou... Go on, JT.
Prepare yourself. The sweepers are getting ready to come out on track.
2 points now, Palou.
I am sure there was a lengthy talk at the AMR hauler after last night over how we're actually going to do this.
Yeah. Start low, wait until the field pass, then go up high. By the way, the gap now...
Amy said, what did I miss? A
lot.
Big changes on pit stops. Malukas might have blown up, might have brushed the wall. We're going to find out with you here in a second.
In terms of the start, we actually started behind the safety car because Alex Palou decided he didn't want to race or win the championship today. His car had a battery problem. He stopped on the way coming out the pit lane. We went we tried to go green. They waved it off, and then Linus Lundqvist hit Marcus Armstrong, who hit the pole sitter Joseph Newgarden. Newgarden's out of the race. Armstrong's back in 26th, and it's all going nuts. In fact, I think Armstrong might actually just be out of the race by now.
He is officially confirmed out with contact out, along with contact out for Newgarden and a mechanical out for Siegel.
How are you finding this information?
I got to ask a hard question here, and I'm not good at bringing this kind of stuff up because it usually goes back my way in the wrong way. Do we think that number 11 seat is at risk of being open right now with recent performance from Marcus Armstrong? He's obviously a guy we want to see succeed, but just had his first podium this past year at Detroit. His rookie teammate, Linus Lundqvist, has already had 2 this year. Was in contention for a 3rd yesterday.
Well, you're the one who's going to have to face the drivers when you get to preseason testing. So, and then you've also got Thermal Club, again, as a points-paying round. So you can dig yourself into a hole where you want to go.
I'm not trying to dig myself into any holes. I'm just trying to... I'm asking you guys, and we can extend this to chat here.
I think Armstrong gets replaced.
I think he 100% belongs in IndyCar, obviously.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a matter of, with the direction of the charter system and where Chip Ganassi is going, are we going to see Chip trying to keep those 2 seats And if it gets shrunk into the third, I mean, Palou and Dixon are obviously a shoo-in.
Yeah.
So who's going to be the last one?
Malukas officially... So, no, he is off. So, behind the wall, not officially out yet.
Bad day for the Meyershank Racing since Rosenquist 21st.
Connor Daly is not officially out yet.
Good. But Palou is catching him. Gap is 18 laps.
Yeah. And to answer your question of where I'm finding out what out is a mechanical in contact, this just shows how much you use Timing 71 and not INDYCAR.com/leaderboard.
Yes.
Is it all on INDYCAR.com, that info?
Yes.
Oh, well, I use Timing 71. Which is better?
Instead of saying out in the active, it says
I can shift gears, but
MECH.
there's no engagement. It's just flipping constantly. Oh, you see that out? I'm in first gear, dude. I have no drive.
Yeah, and I just talked to Ricardo Juncos to check in and confirm that, and he said, we just don't know what it is yet. We don't know if it's the engine, but we will update when we get a chance.
By the way, we also...
I agree with you, Jackson. It sounds gearbox to me if that's not working. Malukas is back into pit lane as well.
Should be some probably close looks at that car as the 66 crew is not in any rush to get to this thing.
If he pushed the wall...
Fuel hose will go in.
If he pushed the wall, why are the tyres? You can still read them. There's no marks. He didn't push the wall. Something else happened to that car. And considering they're taking...
Depends. I mean, I'm looking at the right rear. This is where I wish I had the telestrator. You can see kind of a curbing scuff there on the back right. Where it's maybe just a smidge brighter. Either that or that's the OZ.
Just below
that's where the engraving is for OZ
yeah.
Racing, but...
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah,
okay. I see where you're looking. Yeah.
You guys call it Z or Z over there?
The what?
You guys, if I told you to... If I asked you guys what the last letter of the alphabet... Okay.
Z. Yeah.
Great. That's my one British question of the day. Willpower is leading. We'll go back to green.
Jackson, you take it. My ulcer will not take another one.
10-4. Willpower exactly where he needs to be right now to close this gap. Alexander Rossi looking to end his tenure with McLaren on a high note. Pato O'Ward not far back trying to sweep. Green flag out. Gentlemen, you have a race. Watch Kip Simpson on the move quickly there to the low line, trying to get himself back into contention. Graham Rahal also tries to get shoulders out.
Power
twist
went
to the high
early.
side there as they'll go too wide. Power was incredibly early. I'm not sure if that start will be under
And
review.
it is under review.
Oh, no.
Let's ride with Pato O'Ward here as he's going to try to shoot to the outside. Who's that
Ferrucci!
firing to the inside? Santino Ferrucci.
He's
That's for fourth and a very big cojones move there for Sandy in the 14. Meanwhile, it is Rossi right on the gearbox there of McLaughlin now.
Daly's
Ferrucci
left the
ahead
pits.
of O'Ward. We're 3 wide further back there, Josh.
Yeah, Daly's left the pit lane as well. There's Simpson dropping back. Herter coming through. HyVee as well. But watch this from Santino Ferrucci. Just absolutely no hell's bells. Outside, inside. I don't often say this, but Santino Ferrucci is impressing me. No end. That is amazing.
From the controversy of where this kid comes from and how he ended up here in the first place, he is objectively a hell of a shoe, especially when it comes to turning left.
Yeah.
But that battle is continuing further back now as Pato is getting now past Christian Lundgaard and trying to close that gap. Graham Rahal next on the list.
So I'm just trying to pull my bottom lip off as well. I honestly wish it was just not there at the moment. It's so painful. It's right on a tooth. So as I try and talk, it really
the
hurts.
worst.
Yeah, it's on the bottom left. So it's on a tooth, on the gum, on the lip. So it really hurts. So trying to say power really, really hurts. And he's currently the leader. So I hate him right now. McLaughlin is fine, because I can do that without moving my lips. Here comes,
exactly.
though, Marcus
Can't
Ericsson.
hit the P's.
Exactly, yeah. Ericsson, however, can do.
Maybe we need to give you... Oh!
Hold on to it, boys!
I turned away. I thought they were going to end up in the wall. The way that was ending up, that was... Ericsson just give zero anything about throwing cars up the inside line here.
I know how you can pronounce power properly. We just need to give you some more willpower and you'll be fine.
Unlimited.
Oh.
If he wins, it's gonna. The problem is, all weekend, I'm sounding like I'm drunk. I'm not drunk. I just can't talk. It's really annoying. Oh.
I want a replay of that Ericsson tangle because it looked like they almost ping-ponged off of each other, almost came back together after that. Very similar to the kind of environment we were seeing in Indy Next, where it was controlled chaos of riding that line of, we might crash right now.
Rod Brown says Ferrucci is underestimated, but he's coming. He really is, isn't he? He might win today. The Penske's hit trouble.
No action on the restart. No
okay, good. Power gets away with it.
So I'll throw this question to JT then. We've obviously had, as we watch, a big save there from O'Ward.
Not live.
We've taken this title fight down to the last race more often than not. What's the narrowest gap been? Because depending on where Power and Palou end up, we might have ourselves a Hamilton-Verstappen type scenario here where we're almost dead even on points going into the finale.
Because Palou's going to get ahead of Malukas and Daly here. So that's another 2 points. Level, eh? Level in INDYCAR. I can just hear them now. Bring back double points for the Indy 500. No, I agree with you there. What an interesting championship that this has happened without double points being thrown in.
We haven't needed it.
No, we haven't.
I also love, was it 14 the one time that you guys in F1 gave out double points at Yaz and everyone was like, nope, no more.
Yeah, it meant that Rosberg and Hamilton went in. The gap, I think, was like 45, but it was still mathematical. And then Hamilton ended up winning it by nearly 100 points, which wasn't reflective of the championship at all.
Yeah, oh boy.
I have sent a formal request to the Oracle.
If he's, I don't know if we're commentating USON or he is, or he's saving for the NASCAR. I've no idea what his plan is. All I know is that we did Monza earlier.
Yes, and I need to talk to you about USON NASCAR in between the breaks because there's no Seth, and I believe Matthew's on his own.
Bring him in! Get him here!
I might just join you guys for that if Matt's chill with it then. I mean, I'll just probably sit in the corner and watch, but...
Come in, we've got room, we have room.
I don't know if Matt's there, so...
Matt?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, his next race is after the playoffs, because it's 11 o'clock and he's got kids, and they're back at school, so Matt is definitely not there. I can guarantee you that right now. His next race is in 2 weeks' time.
Rod Brown saying Ferrucci reckons he doesn't want to make friends. LOL. You say that. Ferrucci's the guy that communicated with Will Power at the start of Portland saying, hey, you got a shot at a win. I've got a shot at a championship. Shelton Chicane is known for being chaotic. Let's talk this out and organize how this is going to go down. If you break first, I'm going to get the corner and vice versa. We're going to organize this like gentlemen. I know there's still a ton of controversial stuff off track, on and off track for this kid, but it seems like he's starting to make more friends in the IndyCar paddock, and he's definitely proving that he's a somebody. I mean, he's beating the likes of Felix Rosenquist, Christian Lundgaard, a lot of big names being paid top dollar by some really historied teams, and he's really kind of punching above his weight class right now for AJ Foyt. Obviously, Team Penske might be helping a little bit with that technical alliance, but it's the driver that ultimately gets it done here. That's IndyCar, man.
Into the pit lane comes O'Ward and for Fittipaldi, but yeah, that is it. And Ferrucci, especially on these ovals, there's something about him now that's just lit up, and he got a pole on a road course. I didn't think that was possible either. One of the fastest road courses we go to as well. I'll tell you what, JT, are you messaging the Oracle and just saying, let's make it an in-house all together? Oh, hello. It's done! That's O'Ward! O'Ward's got no hybrid power! O'Ward has got no hybrid! And they haven't stayed the engine cover off! It's happened again! He's just said, oh man, O'Ward's out of the race!
Josh goes from having an ulcer to not having an ulcer in milliseconds.
I don't believe. I'm literally trying not to move the bottom lip while trying to raise my voice up. But Pato O'Ward is in real trouble right now. And
there goes my pick a winner.
Mine too.
Dude, so that's... There goes the sweeper for Pato O'Ward as the bad luck bug strikes the 5 crew again.
In the words
oh boy.
of the Cars 2 character, Francesco.
I was gonna say it, man.
What is happening?
My Twitter timeline is gonna be just so flooded with that. Like, I'm already, like, manifesting it.
Next up,
knowing it's coming.
I cannot. We are having such a weird day in championships. We really are. MotoGP gets turned on its head. Formula 1, the Constructors' Championship is back. The Drivers' Championship is back. INDYCAR's going absolutely bonkers.
Cats and dogs living together.
This is O'Ward. This is what happened. Let's listen. It flashed blue, and then he had no drive. He knew something was wrong immediately. And he's out! He's out of the car! Yesterday's race winner is out with hybrid issues. What the hell is going on in Milwaukee? This race has had more twists and turns.
Do you want another twist?
Yeah.
Alex Palou has now passed David Malukas for 23rd position in the running order. Power now leads Palou by 3 points again.
Oh, for God's
sake! The current objective for both Will Power and Alex Palou is just to survive. That's it.
I am running out of energy, and we have a NASCAR race to do. This could kill me today. I'm already fighting a sickness bug as well, whatever's wrong with me. And I've got this ulcer. The universe is trying to kill me with these races.
Let's add this in, and this won't be tallied here until at least halfway through the race. But Will Power might have an extra 2 points coming his way. He's already got a bonus point because he's leading laps as we speak. If it's the most, though, that'll be an extra 2 to him, and that's going to help big time with leading the title fight. I think that's probably McLaughlin being maybe the good teammate here. I know he's still in contention, but he's for sure going to at least give Power that bonus. Rossi slowly closing that gap further behind, about a second and change.
It said the 5 car left the pit lane, but I can't see up the driver tracker, so that's not true.
It definitely hasn't. And Pato O'Ward on the timing screen is down on the official timing scoring on the INDYCAR website as a mechanical out.
He's down pit road. Don't do this. Not another one. Rossi pits.
I'm seeing Alexander Rossi in the pit lane, and I can only be scared.
Let's hear from Pato.
And also Will Power and Scotty Mack are going with him, so that is a little bit of an ease for my pin. Ferrucci will lead for the first time of the weekend. Let's hear from O'Ward here.
Missed him.
Never mind. Sorry.
JT does the magic rewind button. We'll have him in a minute.
You bet.
Let's have the 2 leaders, though, are in. This is Power and McLaughlin. So McLaughlin will get her first stop. Power needs to get out. This is crucial for the race here. Away goes McLaughlin. Is he going to jump Power in the pit lane? Power goes. Okay, super smooth. 5.7 for Power. 6.5 for McLaughlin. Herta is in. That's a scrub set of tyres, not new. Ray Hall in 2. Something's gone wrong with my Siri.
Eyes on Scott Dixon, who else, but finds himself in podium contention in 3rd. He'll take the pits, but he's definitely still in this thing.
Alex Palou leads the title again, everybody, by 19 points as we stand. So that's brief. With Power down to 6th. Ericsson takes 7 seconds in the stop. Have you got it, JT?
This race, Pato, have you been able to assess what happened to the
gearbox? Gearbox is gone. We're still looking into it, but yeah, bummer, real bummer.
Thanks, Pato.
Don't we love having that ability to rewind? Thank you, Jesse.
So I can go long before sending it to people, and it's not going to be awkward. I love it. Ferrucci in the pits finally. I think your guys' countryman Jack Harvey is about to lead laps here.
Harvey
An interaction between Rinus VK and Stingray Rob heading to pit road is under review from race control.
Let's get a replay of that. Quick stop here for Ferrucci. A bit more proactive there on the jacks. Wave out, quick splash of fuel, good stuff. Battle on track, though, is continuing here between Rasmussen and Rob. Rasmussen trying to get the high line exit there.
Now Powers got through as well, so this is going to be confusing for everybody. Powers passed Harvey. Harvey's trying to get down to
Everybody's
pit
going to be trying to avoid the low line here because you don't know who still needs to dive into pit lane.
It got busy there, and I thought Harvey would come in, but he got blocked by McLaughlin going down low, so Harvey's had to go another lap. He's still going out.
So no repeat for the 78 for getting a podium, and obviously some bad luck for the 20 as well, but this is going to be potentially some really good leader circle points for Christian Rasmussen and Ed Carpenter Racing to get themselves into that $1 million bonus, as we just had a brief moment of 3 wide there. I believe that was Fittipaldi, Leg, and I believe Power trying to get around. He was smart and backed out of it. Splits the 2 now.
Stingray Rob, Rinus VK head into pit road, instant, no further action.
So we'll continue to attack through as we'll get the run back in. Let's take a look then.
Rasmussen trying the outside there. He'll be smart and backs out of it. Let's ride with Will here as he gets around Rasmussen. Ooh, chases him to the high side.
That was nervy.
Code Brown almost squeezes McLaughlin on the way up, and then you see Stingray pouncing on that, getting that move done on the low side.
Yeah, Scotty Mack saw it, thought, okay, that's a good idea. I'll come with you because it opens up to me. And then Rasmussen almost puts him in the wall. Jeez. Can everyone just chill
Brown
today?
Moment there for the 12 and the 3.
I genuinely think we just need to give everybody a shot of Muscle accent. Calm down.
Hey, it's Amy today, just ain't a McLaren day, huh? You still got Alexander Rossi in podium position right now. Also, considering where McLaren has been in Formula 1, it's not a win. You guys should absolutely take a podium as your own victory. I know you guys had a front row lockout. Formula 1 wins when a Ferrari wins in Monza. I don't care.
I've never enjoyed an ending more. I've never heard the Tifosi that passionate and energetic before.
Sending the Ferrari faithful into a frenzy.
I loved it. Loved every second of it. And if you can only win 2 races a year, Charles Leclerc, you want to win your home race and you want to win the team's home race.
He won the right ones for sure.
Now we'll just see what else he wins.
One for himself, one for the team.
Oh, look at Fallard getting out of the way. Hertz on Rasmussen. Running out of teeth. Rasmussen's darting
You mentioned
everywhere.
Rasmussen being another big maybe in this silly season. I know he wants to stay with Ed. And Ed's role as a driver obviously is coming into question right now. He chose to get out of the car even though he's the oval guy, but he knows he needs this leader circle bonus. So we'll see what the fate is of the 20 and the 21. Could see exactly the same lineup, but we don't know where Rinus VK is going. Could be a completely new lineup. If you thought silly season last year was crazy, I think it's going to shake up even more.
Timing screen has gone purple for Catherine Legg, best lap time.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay.
147 mile an hour. Into the pits comes Alex Palou. Now, this isn't that crucial, but still got to be quick because he needs to get laps back.
Amy and Chad, I'm happy with Oscar and Lando P2, P3. I'll be happy with either Nolan or Alex podiums now. It's looking like... Got some bad news. Is Nolan out or 38 laps down? It's...
I think he's...
Got Rossi.
Yeah, he's definitely out.
Currently out is Marcus Armstrong and Joseph Newgarden. Contact Mechanical, Maluka, Siegel, O'Ward, Palou, needs to complete 5 more laps to overtake O'Ward and get 22nd place, which is more points.
So the field's starting to spread out now once again as Power... Oh, hello, look at this. Colossal with Rasmussen, Lundgaard and... well, I'm trying to see who that would be on the outside line. Is that Harvey?
Jack Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey's dropping back massively. Lundqvist goes through.
Lundqvist tries the long way round. That was a great move.
Why isn't Harvey pitted yet? He's just stopping nowhere.
Trying to play the long game. That's the Dale Coyne strategy, baby. Play it long, see what happens, hope for a caution like this that's coming up. We don't know what it is.
Yeah, yellow.
Stay tuned.
McLaughlin to the inside. It's not him.
Could it be McLaughlin to the inside of Lundgaard? No, it's not.
There it is. Why? Harvey?
Of course, the moment you go to commercial, it's for that.
Why? Oh! It's Stingray Rob. So he stopped. Is that hybrid again? Is it the fact that we can't run hybrids 2 days running in proper races? Oh,
I'm going to put no, because we did it at Iowa. I'm going to say this was the exact same place. It was lost control exactly where Miles Rowe did it, exactly where Catlag did it.
Yeah.
I need to see the replay, but I will put good money on that.
He spun, no contact with wall.
And,
Knew it.
Yeah. There's the pace car coming out now. He's lost the engine as well. How are you getting this information?
Secrets, Josh.
Joshua!
Christopher the Hard on Twitter.
Right. I was going to say, how are you getting this? And we're not up in the box. Like, what systems are you using that I'm not?
For once, Twitter is reliable.
Yeah, it is actually. So, this is just going to...
I can tell you that Jack Harvey is in 5th place right now and has made only 1 pit stop so far.
Well, this
and
is
I'm guessing he's dropped down.
9th.
Has he?
According to my board.
9th, yes.
Would this help or hurt Harvey?
Help, surely.
Help, because he hasn't pitted yet.
So everyone else is going to pit now to catch up on fuel, because you may as well. So this helps, yeah.
Exactly.
Right time for him.
So this is going to be even more spice being thrown into this leader circle battle.
What the hell
That's
is going
weirdly enough the standings I want to see right now.
I am so confused with today's race. I'm literally no idea what's going to happen next.
I am... Oh.
They're coming down pit road.
I'm glad that there's another caution, because that means back to editing. Yay.
You've got about 5 minutes. Pit lane's open this lap.
That's more than enough time when you edit on ×2 speed.
Oh, I know. I do it too.
Is Catherine Legg the best female open-wheel race driver? In America right now, I would argue yes.
She's the fastest ever.
However, objectively, she's the fastest woman alive. After Indy, she is the fastest woman alive right now. However, you've got Dorian Penn, who's been amazing. Abby Poling, who I still think has some amazing potential. Nobody talks about Juju Noda in Super Formula, and I think she is phenomenal.
If anybody mentions Danica Patrick, leave.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Race leaders in.
I was.
She was fast. Aside from whatever she's doing with the podcast stuff right now, she was fast in INDYCAR and then left for the fortune and fame in NASCAR. And
that went well, didn't it?
Go her way. Did not go great. Did not go great.
So it's just the stats show that she's actually the worst NASCAR driver ever. So that is something.
You watched that LA Productions video, didn't
Yes,
you?
I did. Yes, I did. And I saw that stat as well. And it's something I've kept in the back of my brain ever since, because for some reason Sky F1 puts her on as an F1 expert when she's never even driven an F1 car.
Never, ever.
Yeah, I always like to throw that in. That, she's the worst ever NASCAR driver in history. A bit like how I like to throw that Nikita Mazepin is the worst F1 driver.
Deegan from Rod Brown. We'll see. Could get it next, right? She's been talking to Andretti. We'll find out. Okay, let's see what went down here with Stingray Rob. This is turn 3. Oh, tank slapper. Good save there.
To get that going again, yeah.
Just a bit of a snap there. Saves it. He's nose into the wall at a point.
Well done, Stingray Rob.
Keeps it out of the wall. That's obviously suboptimal to be in that position, but to keep that thing out of the wall, great driving for Stingray Rob, whose namesake is not the Sea Pancake, it is the Corvette model.
Oh, I thought it was the cartoon. The puppet, the puppet one.
Parents are big Parents are big Corvette collectors, big Corvette fans, so.
Do you know, I was so
There
happy.
you go.
Does anyone watch the comedy review from FP1 Will? If you don't, do.
I'm happy he's doing IndyCar stuff now.
Yeah, because I'm too. He did the Stingray thing, and he played the Stingray theme. Now, Stingray, I think, Jackson, this might be a bit old for you, I don't know. But Stingray was a puppet show, which was basically a drama for kids. And it was so highly done. So you had Stingray with Captain Troy Tempest and phones and this woman who lived under the sea, Marina, who never spoke. Atlanta, Commander Shunalala. And every time I hear Stingray, I just hear Stingray, Stingray. I just hear the theme tune.
See, unfortunately, my brain instantly goes to Man Ray from
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah. Man Ray and Barnacle Boy.
No, Man Ray was the
he's the
bad
villain.
guy,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then it
yeah.
was Mermaid Man and,
Mermaid Man
and Barnacle
yeah,
Boy.
yeah. I remember. Evil!
Evil! Yes. This is the content you sign up for, chat. This is how we fill yellow time.
I have just realised that we've just screamed evil as soon as we cut to Santino Ferrucci. Anybody watching the TV pictures might have just had a little bit of a bad thing there, but yeah.
Well, it was another crew, Code Brown here.
Willpower just
almost gets into the back of the 14 crew there.
It's Power's turn today after his mechanics nearly got killed yesterday.
Yep. No harm, no foul.
Oh, it's just fantastic.
Ooh, actually. Ooh. I think the back ride actually might have been a smidge slow there on exit. We'll see.
He lost in a couple of places there for Ferrucci. He's not happy.
Yeah, he merges back in 7th.
Waiting for the two cars to catch up to the field before we head back to green.
Hey, Roman Grosjean top 10. How about that?
It won't last long. It really won't.
This is a replay. This is a replay. You're good.
This was the silliest thing, though, waving off the restart. O'Ward was so lucky until he wasn't. His luck ran out.
Yeah. Tell you what, I really want to go in to what Lundqvist had in his ear there. If it was green, 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 no, wave off, wave off, wave off.
Yeah.
And who was being told to check up, who was being told to go.
They left it too late, in my opinion, to wave it off. It was too deep into the zone. I mean, they've put the line of the track, which is the go line now, for starting. And
well, we didn't see this. Really close battle at the blend there earlier on between Power and McLaughlin.
Did not see that, no. Rossi's got the lead of the race now, actually. So, Amy,
Yes,
in the
he
chat,
does.
I bet you're happy now. And
On a slightly different strategy, lights off on the pace car. Joshua, may I have this restart?
You may, because if I have to do one more start today, I may shoot myself.
I greatly appreciate it. Alexander Rossi, Cat Leg, and one of the Juncos guys right behind. I want to say that's
Aborted
Daly
start.
behind.
Aborted.
Will be an aborted start, it appears. I think everybody just is not bunched up enough.
Well, no one's crashing, so, you know.
Yep, you bet.
I want to give it another attempt. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Halfway coming up, and I bet that's why they want to do it. Part 2.
Apparently,
Close enough,
field is
welcome.
out of order.
I would imagine. Are they going to bring Corvette ZL1 pace car back out then?
No, it's parked.
Still sitting in the infield.
Yeah.
Coming to the green now.
Yeah, here we go again then.
Thank you, Josh.
Polo was the issue, not at the back.
Hammer dropped for Rossi. Dixon on the move real quick here as Grosjean and Leg will try to give him room. No, he won't. Daly's going to let it hang to the outside. Further back, Felix Rosenquist battles with one of the...
Don't like this. 3
Of course, I
wide.
believe that's Santino Ferrucci. Kiffin Simpson goes low to make something happen as well.
Ferrucci. Oh,
Ferrucci
there!
with a big move to the inside. Around goes Herta.
So...
Excuse me, no, that's Graham Rahal in the wall.
Yeah, Herta checked up. Herta checked up at the same time as Rahal spun. That's what made contact. Caution out again. That's Rahal out of the race, by the way. Broken suspension immediately from hitting the wall. So,
Was it Christian Rasmussen involved or Ed Carpenter?
look, Herta just
Ferrucci
checked
with
up.
a great
Rasmussen.
punch to the inside, and Rasmussen.
What am I talking about?
Rasmussen's
into the
out.
back of the 15. Oh, boy.
Rasmussen's out too. Broken rear right suspension. So Rasmussen and Rahal are out of the race.
Really?
Yeah. I saw it. When Rahal clipped it, the rear suspension popped up like you're popping a cracker. Oh, and
we can get the replay, and there is a
angry
frustrated Graham Rahal, who I think, did he fire a glove?
Yeah, he did. He threw something he threw something on the. Here we go again. No. What are you thinking in his head there? Who's that to? Hurts, or is that to?
That will be
Rasmussen. Yeah.
No!
Oh, Rasmussen continues.
Didn't fire a glove, but
in what I meant, correction. What I meant was Christian Rasmussen in the Ed Carpenter car, not in.
Yes,
not
we
Christian
got you.
Rasmussen or Ed Carpenter.
Rahal walking off.
Thoughts and prayers for Georgia and Dylan going to see him, but I mean, it's been a weekend to forget, unfortunately, for Graham Rahal, a place he's raced at numerous times prior.
Yeah, personal preference.
Prior to this, and has just not had the car, not had the strategy, and now not had the interactions on track to keep this going. This is some great news, though, for Alex Palou, who's not going to get any laps back here, but that's going to be another position he'll be able to leapfrog. So that'll provisionally promote him to 21st.
Race Control have announced to all teams and drivers, all right, everybody, this is an abandonment of procedures, and the pits will stay closed until the restart.
Okay, so they just want to get this one going because everyone just pitted. So it's effectively a short call, yellow, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I was NBC right now, send Georgia, because if Rahal is angry, she can distract with baby pictures and scans. So she's got the ammunition to deflect here. Because if he's setting Dylan Welch, no offense to Dylan Welch, but he's likely to get a punch in the face. Because Dylan doesn't ask the easiest questions, as we've seen in the INDYCAR.
It's not even that. I mean, it's just willpower. You could have a kid asking for an autograph to Will in that moment, and he would not be exactly thrilled to see you.
Yeah, definitely. I'd just send Georgia. Georgia started, of course, on earlier on this year. She was on INDYCAR radio, and then she was on Indianapolis Speedway radio, and then NBC got her at the 500, and they signed her for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Mainly because they knew that they were losing the coverage, and all their people have gone over to NASCAR, Marty Schneider included.
Yeah. Really quick, here's your top 10 as they run right now. Alexander Rossi will hold the lead for now. Scott Dixon behind next to the other Kiwi Scott McLaughlin. Marcus Ericsson, Santino Ferrucci in 5th. Will Power, your championship leader provisionally, in 6th. Colton Herta still with a good shot to stay in this fight, right behind in 7th. Rinus VeeKay looking for another top 10 in 8th. Grosjean in 9th. And Jack Harvey looking for his top 10 of the season is right on that bubble in 10th.
Easy to see why you thought it was her to go around. I thought it was for a second on that replay. Yeah,
that was a great move from Ferrucci on the inside there, and
I don't think Rahal... Rahal can't blame Rasmussen for that. He's got to take some blame. He checked up on everyone.
He did a smidge. I mean, let's see here.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he had to lift off because the last thing he wanted to do is go 3 wide with Power and Ferrucci. I mean, it's definitely in the scale of racing incident, but if I'm Rasmussen, I'm looking at my mirrors, I'm making sure no one's doing the same thing to me.
Come on, man.
So I got to make sure that, I'm not plowing into... It's the spotter's responsibility to make sure I'm not
there we go
plowing into somebody else. Let's try this again here.
Ready for a restart.
Rossi, Dixon, hammer dropped.
Contact further back. Someone's off. There's a spinner, and it's Will Power. He touches the wall.
Will Power.
This is huge for the championship again! Will Power! Can he keep the engine going? Yes, he can! And now Alex Palou is punching his car because Power has been fallen back! Wow! Can this championship get any more crazy?
I gotta see what happened there, Josh. I'm not sure if that was contact or just losing it himself on power. On throttle, I should say. Let's see. Yeah, loses it on throttle.
Palou leads by 29 points.
Manages to keep it out of the wall and just clips the outside wall.
Oh,
man.
So it's 29 points now.
To be fair, is Rossi in a safe area? Because he gets going just there on the exit.
Power must have had kittens. Oh, and he's not damaged the wing, luckily.
Maybe just a pump, but
yeah.
He did slightly touch the wall, though, didn't he? I saw it downstairs.
Hello,
and
look
the plot thickens.
Oh my God! Where's he dropped down to now? Look at that, 29 points. The championship now. Pato will go to. It's a 2-horse fight. Power's 11.
Fellas, because Amy's asking, is it another mechanical issue for... Was it a mechanical failure for Malukas? Did he get back out?
Malukas is officially out. And
Power box.
Pardon?
Power box.
Yeah, he did slightly tap the wall. Yeah, Malukas has been changed from off to mechanical. Rahal has been added to the contact out list, and Pato and Daly are looking for that 20th and 21st place. Here is Power. They're looking at the front wing. They give the thumbs up. Front wing's all good. A couple of adjustments and away he goes.
Clean stop, and I mean, trying to turn some kind of lemonade out of this spin lemons. So
it's not over.
I believe we'll still have the advantage over Pato here, who's, obviously 28 laps down.
He hasn't lost a lap. He's still 11th. He's still in the lead lap.
So that'll put him behind Kyle Kirkwood and Jack HyVee, Linus Lundqvist, who kind of started this domino effect today.
Yeah. Oh my God, this race is just... as Joe said it as well. This is the exact same thing I was about to say from Grid Network. This race is insane.
Future Classic or Dumpster Fire?
Dumpster Fire at this point.
Future Classic was last night.
Yeah. This one is Dumpster Fire. And is Power down again in pit lane? He is!
I'm not sure if that's serving a penalty maybe from race control, JT, or if that's maybe further diagnostics to any mechanicals.
No, he's
nothing confirmed.
But we're going green.
We're coming to the restart.
Oh no, this is not going to go well. Power's going to go a lap down. Oh my God. They're changing the front wing.
They are changing the front wing. They're changing the front wing even though they gave the thumbs up on the previous stop.
It'll be better safe than sorry, and I think this
waved
was
off.
a called off restart, yeah.
But now...
It'll just be 1 lap lost then for Power.
Yeah, he's lost a lap.
Issues with the field running order.
Yeah,
again.
Not surprised.
Once again.
Well, Power's clever here. Do you know why Power's clever? Because he's going to lose a lap, but he's still going to be in 11th place. That's why they've changed the wing. Because he doesn't lose a place.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
Josh, you want this restart or you want me to take it?
Coming to the green.
You go, Jackson.
Done for it. Power tries to get something going again. Scott Dixon early on the move there to try and cut the Juncos to get the lead to Rossi. Now it's a 2-man race to the lead. Further back, McLaughlin wants a seat at the table. He'll go for the inside of Linus Lundqvist. Can't quite make that move happen. Ericsson on the move as well. He's fighting with Santino Ferrucci and Christian Lundgaard, who's a lap down. Further back, Kiffin Simpson is acting as a roadblock. Big move there from VK to make that happen.
That's lapping traffic.
That's the 7th. Tries to dig on Grosjean. Look at Colton Herta to the outside there of Santino Ferrucci. As now the 2 championship contenders are wheel to wheel right now. Different laps, but this is a big spot as we finally see a penalty for Christian Rasmussen for avoidable contact, with Graham Rahal.
If Pato wants... Go on. Herta versing. I'm going to interrupt you because we got Ericsson and Herta side by side, and Ferrucci's going to take it 3 wide. Ericsson's going to be mugged down towards turn 1. Herta goes around the outside of the pair of them. Ferrucci stays down low into turn 2. They are still side by side for over a lap and a half, and Ericsson has now been dropped as Herta still with Ferrucci. They're wheel to wheel sliding around. This is going on for a lap and a half.
Not a done deal yet, Josh. Turn back the clock on this rivalry. Think of Detroit. Think of the pushing in the pit lanes. These are guys that both want this position so badly for all of the marbles, for all the bragging rights. They're trying to get around Linus Lundqvist to try and get themselves into podium position. This is biblical stuff.
What is going on with Santino Ferrucci? He's like Lightning McQueen out there. Through he goes on Rasmussen to put a lap on him. He is carving through this field like a hot knife through butter. Lundqvist now getting through on Rasmussen. That's for position.
Left track position there. The two rookies going at it. Colton Herta tries to get himself back in this fight. Will get through Rasmussen. Still got to get through Lundqvist, though, to find Ferrucci. 10 cars on the lead lap. Harvey's the last of them. Kirkwood, Grosjean, BK in 7th, Ericsson 6th, Herta behind Ferrucci, McLaughlin, Dixon, and Rossi. Top 3 order remains the same.
Now, Palou leads the title by 31 points as things stand. 31. So it's not what Power wanted, but we've got a long way to go in this race. 107 laps still. Anything can happen.
Just over halfway here, and I know that's obviously not what Power wanted, but another yellow could very much go his way.
Yeah.
And I think the strat for Ferrucci right now and where he's laying in pits is just push, push, push. We're going to go for it.
All right. I'm good. I think the hardest impact was getting hit from behind. The actual hitting of the wall wasn't too bad, but I mean, a fitting, kind of finish to a weekend that just seemingly can't give up. I mean, it's been brutal for us as a team. I feel bad for Hendrickson and for all of our partners. It's just been one of those weekends to forget. But yeah, I mean, obviously, just restart like that on old tires. Everybody around you've got stickers. Guys need to drive with their heads up. And unfortunately, Rasmussen hit me yesterday and flattened my left front. Just absolutely dive bombed me, drove right into the side of me, flattened my tire. So it's very characteristic of him. It's disappointing. A drive-through, I don't think really will deliver the message that he probably needs at this stage, but he's a young guy. He'll learn from all this, or I hope he does. And for us as a team, this has just been a brutal weekend, so we've got a lot of soul-searching to do to get better. These cars were the most difficult oval cars I've driven in my life in the last, 2 days, and so today was about survival, frankly, for us, and we didn't survive, which is disappointing.
Thanks, Graham.
They did send Georgia. I told you.
Yeah, man, it's been a rough weekend for RLL. Pretty much all of those cars starting outside. I mean, it was bottom 3 for all of those RLL cars, and unfortunately, Christian Rasmussen, who's maybe seat searching, is not doing himself any favors getting into the back of RLL cars.
So we're still racing here with 103 to go, and we've only done an hour 18. It's been a very chaotic hour 18. It's changed the complexion of the championship through about 5 times in total. Okay, interesting what we're going there with the issues of the field there being the positioning. I know JT's cooking something for the post-show.
I am cooking, and it is very interesting. And it's a case of one thing was showing green, one thing was showing yellow on the track.
Oh, so they did. Okay.
More coming later in the post-show.
Yeah, that's a reason.
From Grid's Kobe Lambeth, it's interesting how they waved off the start, giving Power more time to change the nose without losing multiple laps. Then they went back to green the very next lap with Power not in the correct spot.
Yeah.
Roger, you're not helping yourself out here, bud.
It's like, I don't know. It's always difficult when you own the championship and run a team, and then you can't bend everything, to make it work. It's like, also, go on.
Do not get me wrong. I want to see this championship go down to Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
I think we all do. But unfortunately, when it's these kinds of circumstances, and you've got a team, a front-running team, being ran by the guy who also runs the whole show, it's like,
yes,
it's hard for me to not think there might be a little bit of influence. Like, no matter what, there's always going to be at least that slight, stigmatism, I feel like.
I mean, at the end of the day, who signs the paychecks for the officials? That's you got to think.
Fair enough.
Jackson's just silent. I want that on the record that Jackson was silent. He did not say anything. I said it. Just in case.
And on the record, I have nothing against INDYCAR. I love INDYCAR. I just want it to be the best it can be. Colton Herta on the move here. Gets by Santino Ferrucci.
I've never seen you like that
Excuse me,
before.
no. Gets by Felix Rosenquist.
Side-by-side maneuvers then. I'm expecting a text message in 2 minutes saying, move on, move on, move on, move on. You're saved by the restart. Yeah.
We're good.
Felix Rosenquist now watching on the field. Kyle Coker still in 9th place. Powers passed a couple of people. He's back onto 12th now, but now he's behind Lundqvist. He needs to get his lap back. But right now, the gap, 31 points to Pallot's favour. It stood at 2 to Powers' favour before a spin under caution about 10 minutes ago. Right, this is going to be fun now.
I think this is one of the longest green flag stints we've had.
Yeah.
Want to look to the front of the field here because it looks like Dixon is slowly gaining ground here on Alexander Rossi. So, O'Ward sweep out of the books. McLaren sweep very much still in the cards here as the Papaya Gang is going to get out the brooms and try and make this happen. But there's one hard-charging individual. His name is Scott Dixon. And he sees Alexander Rossi being held up by Stingray Rob.
Non-motorsport question I've got to ask Jackson as my one American question. I see you're wearing a white shirt. Can you not wear that after today?
What?
You can't wear white after Labor Day.
Is that an actual what?
It's what I've always heard. It's one of the few things I know about American culture. Can't wear white after Labor Day. No idea why. I thought you might know.
That's like a... I don't know if that's like a certain regional thing, maybe like a deep south
I have
thing.
no idea
I've never
why.
heard anything about that.
I've always wanted to ask. Well, right. We'll ask the Americans when we get into NASCAR later.
Curtis telling us to shut up because both him and Ferrucci, he's gotten by Ferrucci, and both of those guys have now gotten up to Scott Dixon. There's a lot of lap traffic in play right now, but it's pretty much a four-way freight train here for the lead.
Yeah, isn't Rossi in there too? Yeah, so we've got 4 fighting here. And hang on a minute, that's Herta passing Dixon.
Herta just got past Dixon.
And Ferrucci's gone past Dixon.
And now Ferrucci does.
What the hell's going on? It's like... Oh my god, go on.
I've got a GOOGLE answer to your question.
You can say Google.
Yes, I know.
We're on YouTube! YouTube is owned by Google!
I am trying to be... I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I. We're on YouTube. It's owned by Google.
Today, Junior, go!
Right, I'm moving on because Herta's going to go to McLaughlin here. Go on.
Yes, you can wear white after Labor Day. The rule for colours worn after Labor Day is not serious at all. It was used as a way to establish those who did manual work over office work. However, in the modern era, even people working in low-wage jobs tend to do so while also being able to wear white.
Oh, fantastic. Because I was saying, I don't have a different coloured shirt for my suit for the final NASCAR race or INDYCAR race of the year as we get side by side.
This is the equivalent of me learning at Wimbledon you got to wear all white.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Because apparently sweat stains are gross and you can't show that during tennis.
That is true.
That was about 2 weeks ago for me.
Side by side.
This is 4th position, but a lap down. Raz versus Lundgaard here. Meanwhile, right behind him, it's Rossi and McLaughlin for the lead right behind him.
Oh.
McLaughlin will tuck in with... They'll kind of split the field here, trying to make something happen.
Dixon pits.
As we see Scott Dixon go to pit row. He'll be the first taker. McLaughlin tries to get by that guy care number 20 of Rasmussen. Won't get it done quite yet. We see the 9 in pit lane.
Brand new hard tyres as here comes Herta. That's Rossi diving down pit road, so he loses out from the lead of the race. McLaughlin takes over now, leading from Herta by 5/10. Race leader in though, and he's got to have this a super smooth stop. Brand new primaries go on, new aero screen cover, a lot of fuel. 6.5 seconds, and the official then getting wiped out again. Oh, and here comes McLaughlin trying to get past the 45 of Lundgaard to put a lap on him. Powers next up. That'd be embarrassing.
This would be putting Lundgaard yet another lap down. That's the last thing he wants to stay in contention for a top 10. McLaughlin says, not going to happen. We'll get on the juice there on the outside and get that move done.
Power 11th with Lundqvist in the pit lane. Oh, and it's chaos in the midfield as Rossi nearly gets checked up. Catherine Legs in there with Scott Dixon. Half the field slowing to come to pit lane. And Herta's taken the lead as McLaughlin pits. Ferrucci to second. And then there's Dixon.
Great coexistence on track there for keeping things out of chaos. Rossi still blends out ahead of Scott Dixon. But obviously, as you mentioned, Josh, a lot of guys trying to get to that low line to come to pit lane. So some really good job, a really good effort from all these drivers to keep things away from chaos.
Let's have a quick look. Owl, if it's what JT's working on in the post-show, I think you're right. Yeah, it is.
What?
Owl sent don't say it, Owl, because JT's cooking for the post-show with some analysis. Same thing. Owl spotted it.
Kyle Kirkwood also having a quiet day so far, but he's in running for the top 10.
That look is that JT is going to speak to Owl in the NASCAR race later. Into the pit lane, Ferrucci and Kirkwood. So Ferrucci dives in. New set of black primaries. A lot of fuel. This is a good stop
There
again.
are no shenanigans going on in the comm chat right now. Absolutely none of it.
6 seconds.
Of course not.
Gradually grabs the phone.
Could be a great chance of redemption here for Colton Herta after the bad luck that hit him yesterday. Points as they run right now. Palou back into the lead. Power still very much within grabbing distance of this.
NBC's is wrong. My graphic from... Oh, no, they're right now. Never mind. They're right now. It said 30 on my screen, but then it updated to 29 whilst I was looking at it.
You got a constantly influx field here, Joshua.
Yeah, that's why, as into the pit lane comes Ericsson. There's Power now. This is good for Power. This is where he gets his lap back. Green flag pit stops. And
It
pray
could
for
be.
caution.
McLaughlin, by the way, will be your provisional leader at the end of this cycle. Looks like he leapfrogged Alexander Rossi on rotation here.
Power is up to 9th. He's got his lap back. He's in now with HyVee, Ferrucci, Dixon and Rossi. So Power's just got to keep on this run, and he should be okay. Pray for a caution.
Further back, it's Rossi trying to get his lap back. He'll be back on the lead lap as well now.
Yeah, he's got ahead of
Dixon
Herta.
tries to get it from Herta as well. Herta trying to play the long game here. I think he'll be trying to do one more stop here on the strategy.
And this helps Power. The longer Herta goes, it helps Power. As Dixon goes to the outside line into 3 and 4, try and get ahead of Colton Herta, and he's through. So that's Dixon getting his lap back now.
Smart driving from Herta. Dixon going to try and extend that all the way as Palou works his way back into pit road. That'll give more points back to Will Power.
Well, he's 14 laps back to Daly. Is Daly racing again? Yes, he is. Daly's out on the track.
I believe so, yes.
He's 15 laps down. On board with Herta again. Oh, and he's going to get passed by Santander Ferrucci. Ferrucci on the outside.
Not a done deal yet. They'll squeeze each other here. Going in. Ferrucci will let the high side run here. Gets the early apex, and he'll fire off ahead again. That's a lap down for Ferrucci. So he just gets himself a mile back from Colton Herta, who still hasn't pitted yet.
Power could get past here. That's what I'm
He
thinking.
could.
Yeah. If Herta stays out, Power's going to pass him and get his lap back.
This is exactly what we hoped Iowa would remain to be. Numerous strategies, things super, super high tire degradation, and a lot of different paces on different strategies. Here's your replay as these guys are just inches. They do bang. Fenders here going into turn 1, and I think Herta at that point just kind of gives it to him. Not too much of a point, especially if that's not for position.
What's the point of that? As you say, nothing at all. Herta, 12 seconds, losing it. I'm trying to see where Power is on the driver tracker. He's in the mix with everyone else. There he is. Power's down pit lane. Ah, he was right there. He could have done it, but Power's boxed. Couldn't do it on fuel.
Should be his last stop of the day here. I think everybody else is trying to make one more stop.
So, Power boxing with 75 to go. God, this race has gone by quick and dramatic. So, this is going to have to be a super, super start for Power.
Want to remind you that's not a new cover going on. That's a tear off, very similar to the helmets being pulled off of the aero screen.
Also just got told that it's sticker tyres and they're going to be very, very dicey. So Power's not going to have a lot of grip here, and he has now gone 2 laps down, and he's behind Rosenquist, HyVee, and Lundqvist again.
First couple of laps, yes, but once that gets broken in, it'll be like a whole new race car for him.
It's what he needs after that. He needs to start pushing. Driver track has stopped. Now it starts again. Lap 1.
The last thing Herta, VK, and Grosjean need right now is a yellow.
Yeah.
Because that will throw their entire game plan out the window. He's in a league of his own right now, but it's becoming a little bit of a freight train further behind with VK, Grosjean, and McLaughlin. McLaughlin right on the back of Grosjean now actually makes that a done deal.
This is what yesterday should have turned into, but didn't, because they were all a bit worried about the tyre wear. And the setting sun and the track temperature really adjusted yesterday's race into, as you said, a classic. But it's...
I'll tell you what, though, Josh, we've got some overcast coming in.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was the setting sun cooling down the track. We might have some clouds blocking the track heater, the natural track heater.
They've switched off the sun. There they go then. We're on a break, by the way, on NBC, so that's why the audio is down a little bit with Tom Gamewell speaking. So they just need to stay calm. Easy for an IndyCar to say. They haven't been calm all day. It's been one disaster after another.
It's been, for the first time this race, it's finally been cool runnings. I think everyone's kind of conserving something for the end here and just trying to let them run their own race. This is going to put, I believe, this is for position. Rossi on the inside of Romain Grosjean. And Grosjean won't give it much of a fight.
Still holding that inside.
He'll try and carry that momentum to Rinus VK. He'll dive to the inside.
Can he
Not
get
sure
into
if he's on the juice there. But VK will give that position to him as well. 2 guys, 2 corners. Now Scott Dixon tries to go with him.
On board with Will Power, snapping. Told you that tyre not yet fully up to temperature, and with the cloud cover, not going to be under as well. Owl's rooting for Rossi at the moment. He's P3.
I think everyone... You've got it. That's a guy who still is a big maybe in the silly season picture. His entire crew is about 90% certain on his return to IndyCar next year. We obviously don't know where.
Grosjean pits, so does Catherine Legg. And look at Power. Is that Dixon just ahead? Yeah, it is. Lap ahead. Oh, it's getting messy
Watch
now.
that gap from Herta to McLaughlin, because that's slowly but surely cutting itself down. It was 17 seconds about 20 laps ago. Now it's down to 11.
Power
as
goes
Power
through.
is battling to try and get himself another lap here and improve on position. His next car on track he'd have to pass for points would be Will Power, or excuse me, Felix Rosenquist. I can read.
He's going to himself, is he? That's a new one. I've done that so many times.
He's his own worst enemy.
Well, he is actually. He just needs more willpower. I'm here all week.
That's the second time we've made this joke, guys.
We'll keep making the same jokes. It's too funny. It is too funny.
It would be Alexander Rossi's first win with McLaren, his first win since Harvest Grand Prix, the fall Indy GP race in 2022.
He won that one, didn't he, for his departing team? We missed something earlier. Do you remember when Jack HyVee got the shove from Ferrucci earlier in the race?
Yeah.
We should have said HyVee's got a dent there. HyVee dent. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm ashamed of myself. I missed that one.
That one flew over my head. I'm sorry.
HyVee dent. Batman stuff.
Oh, my bad.
HyVee Dent is Two-Face, if I'm not mistaken.
Was that his actual name? See, I'm not a big comic book nerd, so this is
so.
not
Heard
big knowledge. I know. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Well, I'll get back to you in a second on that one. It's JT and Google. Herta and HyVee pits. Oh, I can do the joke. So, Herta dives in. Pit road with Dylan Welsh.
Georgia. Attention of his crew. A new left front tire changer on there. That's Neil Campbell. Rob Edwards asked him if he wanted any changes. He said no changes at all. They put stickers and fuel is down the way.
Thank you, Georgia. And sunshine on the start-finish stretch as well for the first time.
Guys, I don't know who's the new guy in the front right or in the front left changer for Herta, but he's got a Ericsson helmet.
Oh, no.
So I think there was probably someone put in the timeout corner for this race after what happened to Colton Herta yesterday.
Would not surprise me, to be fair. Timeout, go away. Megan said
I've got an incredibly obscure
go on.
pit crew fact because this is little stuff I love. Pit crew names. Some NASCAR guys have their full names on the back of their overalls. Some guys just have they do it like jersey style. Andretti's kind of cool. Some of them have their own names. Some of them are like almost Top Gun-esque.
Yeah.
Call signs. Meyer Shank Racing is almost exactly the same. Team Penske does the very appropriate route of just chrome lettering stickers with the first and last name initials. Everyone kind of has their own way of doing it, which I think is really cool. Not things you really see a lot of, during the show, but just the cool little attention to detail, and that's the kind of stuff I appreciate.
See, if I had my way, Jackson, would get you with a headset and a microphone, would get you down there in pit lane during the race with a camera, and we'll get you showing all these facts during the race
I'd
weekends.
be dollar store Rutledge Wood.
Yeah. No, you'll be better.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Well, yeah, obviously. However, it'd have to be on weekends when I'm not here. Oh, sorry, when I'm here.
Obviously.
Because then if I'm not here, you're up in the box. So.
Right.
And we throw JT NASCAR.
So McLaughlin will keep the lead of this race after Herta and Gang cycles out. Only 6 cars on the lead lap. Herta's the last of them.
Yeah.
Then it's Rossi, Ferrucci, Dixon, Ericsson, and Herta. Some great showing right now for Andretti. All 3 of their cars in the top 10, placed 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Power's going to go for a move on Ferrucci, but Ferrucci's got his own ideas to try and get through here. Nearly hits the back. I can't see who the car ahead is, but Ferrucci's lost out.
Rasmussen.
Power goes through. Yeah, it's Rasmussen again. And Kiffin Simpson's just left the pit lane and catching up speed as well. Dixon goes 4th. Okay. Come on.
I'm not sure if that was a timing screen.
Yeah, glitch, yeah. Oh, okay.
Kevin Simpson trying to unlap himself here. Looks to get a shoulder down on Power. We'll get that exit. And we'll try to make it 3 wide. We are 3 wide. Rasmussen, Power, and Simpson. Who's going to lift? Power will. Rasmussen still to the outside of Simpson. Simpson will make that move. 2 cars in just 1 straightaway. Actually, some really good showing from the rookie here.
I know we're in IndyCar, but I've got a great Formula 1 fact here as Santino Ferrucci comes in. Charles Leclerc's 2 race wins this year have come in the country where the national anthem has been played twice. Once at the start and once for the winning team and driver.
Ah.
Yeah. So Monaco was for him and the start of the race. Same in Monza, the Italian national anthem for the start of the race, and then for Ferrari. Yeah.
To the funky 14 pit box here for Ferrucci. Fresh set of tires for him. Quick splash of fuel there. No changes to the front wing. I'd imagine he's feeling comfy.
Yeah, Phoenix investment as well, isn't it, on the front there? He really has been
New
a
colors
Phoenix.
for him. Started in Portland.
It's a good look charm,
been
maybe.
really good
since
he's been running those colors.
You could say he's like a Phoenix from the ashes. He's a new driver. Keep it.
That's Romain Grosjean's thing. That's kind of already owned property, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's copyright that like mad, isn't he?
Rossi's turned to pit lane. Scott McLaughlin on deck for his trip as well here.
Fittipaldi's got problems. Fittipaldi's could be out of the race. He's got problems.
35 seconds in the stall, you're right.
Where is he?
Bad day going worse.
Oh, New got it locked up there. See, I know I'd do it. I knew I'd do it. We mentioned about him pre-race. McLaughlin locked up on pit entry there. I wonder if that's going to be a speeding in pit lane violation as the leader dives in. Dixon in 2. Herta stopped some laps ago. He's going to take the lead of the race. And there he goes.
Herta back into the lead. Those tires are going to give up a smidge earlier, and I think it's going to be a lot of lift and coast to make that strategy happen.
Oh, bad stop from Dixon. The clutch didn't engage when he got out of the pit box. Exit
Just
now
a bit
as well.
of a hiccup on the exit there.
And there is Herta lapping. So now we're into this silly green flag procedure stuff. And he's going to get through on the 45 of Lundgaard. Maybe.
If I'm Colton Herta, do I run behind Lundgaard right now and try to get fuel mileage, or do I dig and try to get myself as big of a gap to Scott McLaughlin Company as possible? Well, here's your answer. He's clearly trying to dig on him.
Yeah. Has to push. There's only 50 laps to go. That's not long. We're flying through this race. Look at Herta. He's trying to go left and right. And now he's going to go down low into 2 and 3. He's through. Gets ahead of the 45. Not you, Sui. So, radio.
Everyone is pitted now.
Kind of lap time.
Herta being told that everyone is pitted now. Still
So Herta provisionally in the lead. We shouldn't see any takers to pit lane again unless we get a caution.
Power wants that caution when he's in 8th. So he just gets
100%.
Yeah.
And I'd imagine he's probably pushing right now to get to Felix Rosenquist. I'm not sure where those two are at on track right now.
Having a look on the driver tracker. Power's just coming through 1 and 2 now. The 4's just ahead of Kiffin Simpson. He's lapped down. But Power is about a corner behind the 60.
Yeah, seeing about 2.88 seconds on the timing stand. Is
Ooh,
some more movement from Herta, who's right alongside Rasmussen. We'll get that squeeze through.
Nicely done there.
That's not stopping McLaughlin from closing that gap down, though, now under 7 seconds, under 6 seconds.
Fittipaldi is in trouble, and if he's in there for 8 laps, Pelot gets another point. Oh, this title fight is going to be really weird going into Nashville in 2 weeks' time. It is 2 weeks' time, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, 15th.
Final 50 laps here. I want to give a big thanks to the 50 people watching now.
Hello.
Feel free to say hi in the chat. We'd love to chat really quickly as we have this extended green flag running right now.
About, 50 laps we've gone green now for? Maybe more? Certainly a whole pit stop
It's
cycle.
easily been the longest one of the night.
Jackson, I'm surprised. You've got media access for INDYCAR. Do we not have
Correct.
login pages for virtual media centers? NASCAR does. Does INDYCAR not have that?
We do. No, we do.
Oh, good.
It's ran through Zoom and such.
That's nonsense. I know, because every time...
Well, no, that's how I got to see the whole...
Yes, the press conference.
For those who didn't see the press conference last night, we got a full replay on Grid Network, and man, is it worth watching.
It was so funny.
O'Ward runs, and this is a we're going to focus on the actual battle on track right now. This is for 5th, Ferrucci versus Dixon.
They're just being nice.
Ferrucci wants a penalty. Dixon. Both these guys really want wins. Ferrucci is first. And Dixon obviously trying to hunt down that overall win record that AJ Foyt owns. Less than 10 wins remaining for him to equal Supertex.
That'd be insane if he can get that one sorted. Is McLaughlin going to get something here as well? He's still keeping in the fight. I will also say, as we see some side-by-side action, and there's Power getting passed by,
Ferrucci, and then should be Dixon behind him. Yep, there he is.
So that's going to lose a lap to him as well. But he's aiming to get after the top runners as Lundgaard boxes again. So that gives Power a little bit of breathing room at the back. But yeah, the NASCAR media, I attended 3 of them this year so far. And considering I found out that they all get uploaded anyway, and you can never actually get to ask a question. You have to wait like an hour and a half after the race. And the race ends so long, I gave up. But I will be tuning in. I will be tuning in for the press conference this evening with the login, and obviously when we get through the playoffs, the big ones, I'll get them sorted as well.
Yep.
It's weird, isn't it? You just sort of wait in the Zoom call, and then you just dragged in. Then you can ask a question, then you go. You get I get like 5 minutes in NASCAR. How much do you get?
It's very much like, obviously, guys that are on the floor will have priority, and then if there's time, first guys to raise their hand in Zoom chat will get a question or two. I mean, you really got to respect everyone's time there, obviously, because they're staying.
Yeah.
They're staying extra. Obviously, they won, but they're staying extra. So, I mean, like yesterday, it was all in person. We didn't even have a chance to. They didn't even have a chance to take it to Zoom. So.
Indomitable Slot says, yeah, that would be Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, and I didn't know if it was in the copyright. It was in copyright or not, so I turned it off quickly. But I heard it, and I was appreciative of it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I love being part of the press conferences as well. I shouldn't say this, but technically I should. Everybody always says about the press conferences for Formula One, Sky actually don't air them live, and they cut out so much. I actually see it all. On I've got the media login. I can see all the press conference. I know every bit of gossip, and I see all the pen interviews as well.
Josh, we've got a battle for the lead right now. Scott McLaughlin has now closed that gap to Colton Herta. We've got just under 40 laps to go here.
Repeat yesterday again. The leaders just lose time in the traffic so much. Guys in P2 shoot back up. McLaughlin's going to have a go at Herta any second now.
Herta looking for, I believe, his first ever win on the oval. McLaughlin, his second.
Herta has only ever won road courses. He's won 2 streets, of course, as well in his time. One of them, of course, being Toronto.
Youngest winner in IndyCar history, of course, won IndyCar's first trip to Circuit of the Americas.
Here we go. McLaughlin dives down low. Herta's not going to go defensive this time. McLaughlin is going to take the lead, but they touch wheel to wheel, and they're rubbing in 3 and 4. McLaughlin forces his way through. Herta's going to punch back round the outside at 4. Shuts down low into 1. Herta keeps the lead.
I don't think that move could have been done if it wasn't for the IndyCar hybrid system to get back on the juice. Scotty Mack used it all right here in the backstretch to get it on the inside, and Herta used it to bounce back into turn 1. They're playing leapfrog with each other, and McLaughlin's trying to set it up all over again. This is peak IndyCar right now, Josh.
It's pat cake. Hello, operator, give me number 9. And if you disconnect me, well, you know what's going to happen to you there behind at the moment as Herta goes wide. McLaughlin tries to go down low. Not going to work out there. 3 and 4 once again. Nah, they're going to toy. They'll toy with each other.
My eyes are just shifting over every half second to timing 71 to see if this goes sour.
Yeah.
But it hasn't so far yet, as McLaughlin is going to try it again to the inside of Herta.
He's going to
How much of a fight back from Herta? It's a heavy retaliation from him. He'll try to hold on to the outside,
no, backed off.
But we'll give it to him.
So McLaughlin takes the lead. As I think I've made my blister a million times worse, because all of a sudden I've just got a sour taste in my mouth. So excuse me while I spit on the floor. Excuse me. I must say there's also tissue down there. I'm not just spat on the floor. There is tissue on the floor. And that was Lundgaard.
Replay Linus Lundqvist. That's in the wall.
Ah, yeah. Banged it. Safer Barry there will just about hold it. He's into the pit lane. So Linus Lundqvist is pretty much day done.
And that's got to be a disappointing weekend for the rookie suite. Obviously, he's a guy that's essentially locked in for Rookie of the Year, but was really hoping to get his first podium on the oval, his 3rd of the year. But has definitely proven that he's an individual that belongs here in the IndyCar series.
Dixon to the inside line of Ferrucci into turn 1. And Dixon goes through. That's going to allow through as well for Rosenquist. Running out of superbs. 30 laps until we can have a break. Do you know how long of a break?
Zach from GRP is saying Kevin Lee's eating right now.
Is he?
I don't know if you're hearing the call.
Shows 24
how good that is, but
don't know. Kevin Lee deserves a shot here. They're repairing the 8 car.
Oh, 100%.
Get him on Fox for next year. He has said he's freelance and he'll do it.
He's been, obviously Diff's the big favorite, but he's been Kev's been the guy I listened to first when Lee was still balancing Indy and Formula One on NBC.
Yeah.
So very, very big Kevin Lee guy. Love Kevin Lee.
Everyone, I think, has settled in. How many races have we had now? Daytona was only a week ago for NASCAR, and now we've got to go again. It's weird. We've had 8 days rather than 6 to stop it. It's weird.
Yeah.
So that's coming up in an hour's time, our broadcast. So back to back to back as Dixon goes down low, and that's Ericsson getting ahead of Catherine Legg, and Dixon's going to lap the pair of them. Catherine Legg's 15th, by the way. Really
Not bad. Obviously, behind Simpson a couple laps down, but it's just been a game of survival right now. We've got guys that are still very much competitive that are 3-4 laps down. Stingray Rob 6 laps down. Rasmussen 7. Lundqvist now 9 laps down. Daly's chipped back a bit. Was, I believe, 18 laps down. He's gotten 2 of those back.
Out we go. Look at Palou. He's going to try and get back ahead of Catherine Legg, but that's not for position. Palou's going to back out of that one. Needs as many points as he can. Where is Palou? 15 laps behind Daly with 26 to go. I think this is Palou's finishing position now of 20th. So he does pick up points at least. But what a bad day. What a changing day of turns it has been for this championship. We look at Scotty Mack, and NBC are through to the finish.
Can only pray that there won't be an additional penalty for Alex Palou for anything unauthorized in maintenance and getting that done. And if so, will that carry into Nashville and potentially stack onto grid penalties?
Deciding the championship.
On the roll hoop of Alexander Rossi there, excuse me.
Sorry. Deciding a championship on an oval, risky. But INDYCAR at its best.
Oh, 100%.
It's better than Sonoma. It's better than the road course in Nashville. And it's better than Laguna Seca. And it's better than what we had that year in Long Beach.
Yep, I don't know how we feel. Long Beach was cool. I don't know how we feel about... Yeah, I don't know how we feel about ovals being the finish, but I personally like it.
I like it too. Oh, hello. I've just easily got my timing monitor that everyone else is going to take a look at.
I do too.
Full course yellow's out.
Who could it be?
Who stuffed it? Is it for debris? What's it for? Yellow's out. Pit lane's closed. Oh, it's Stingray Rob again.
Stingray Rob.
Spin, and he'll be able to get... He's broken the rear wing there by the look of it.
Turn 2.
And with 20 to go, we're in for a 5-minute shootout. Here we go.
Dang it, Robert.
Second time today Stingray's done it.
All right, all bets off. We're going to have ourselves a good old short track finish here, boys.
Oh, my God. And McLaughlin was 2 seconds ahead of Herter. That's really hurt him. Power's up to 10th. Now, how many laps is he down? Still 2?
Correct.
Oh, my word.
This should be a pretty lengthy caution if they got to dig this thing out of the wall.
Yeah. Fuel now becomes a call, doesn't it?
For Rossi and Herta, this is exactly what they want because they're going to be in win contention. We've got tires laid out. We got pit guns out. I think we got some guys that are going to maybe gamble. Scott McLaughlin is going to choose grip over track position unless they're trying to give everyone a dummy here.
Power's a lap down. Do you know what I'm going to say now? Don't pit. The leaders are going to pit. Don't
100%.
pit. Yeah. Keep Power out, keep him back, because if there's another caution, you're back in contention there again. So let's take a look at how Stingray Rob did it. He's on high. Oh, we're going to
I think he just plows it into the marbles here.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
That was on ice. Oh, my God.
I don't know if we got the roll hoop camera there, but...
Yeah, I think it was off.
They are sweeping the track.
Lengthier caution, then.
20. I don't think so, because by the time they've swept the track, it's going to be a lengthy recovery anyway.
So
for Stingray Rob, so I think it'll level out.
Just throwing out
Should
here.
be about the same time, I'd argue.
McLaughlin, Herta, Rossi, they're all coming into pit lane. They're not red flagging it, are they? That's something I'm worried about here. Because they're all diving down pit lane. No, pace car hasn't left them in. So they're all in now.
They wouldn't with 20 to go.
But this is great news for Will Power. He gets a lap back. Let's head down to pit lane.
Everybody on the lead lap, it looks like. I see Grosjean coming as well, so that's the whole lead lap. Power will get a lap back. Georgia.
This is what we talked about with Scott McLaughlin. The late yellow, this could help him. He has an extra set. They're not stickers, but they put fresh tires and splash of fuel. He's down and away. Colton Herta amongst another taker, taking tires and fuel, and he is also down.
4.8 seconds.
So HyVee's going to lose out here as well, but this now puts Power back on the lead lap. So this has completely changed everything again. Oh, fantastic.
I think we're going to have to see where everybody stands here as they go through the stripe again.
Yeah.
But this might mean that McLaughlin will hold on to this lead, but that's going to put things in the cards here for Rossi, Herta, and Dixon. Dixon, who leapfrogged Colton Herta in the pit lanes there.
Yeah, look. Power's now ahead of the field. So he has got the lap back. So they're going to have to release those cars back through. So they're going to get the wave around. So yeah, Power's got his lap back. He's on the lead lap now. So Power, yeah, there they go. Power gets waved through, and Will Power, his day might not be done. He will restart this race 10th. Now Pallot's nervous.
Alex Pallot's day isn't done because with 18 laps to go, the gap between Lundqvist and Pato is 12 laps, and Lundqvist is out.
Right. So he's going to get 19th.
Yes.
Oh, it's just more and more changing on it to try and work out with mental math. 32
The
points.
highest that Pato can mathematically get is 17th. That is if if Connor Daly is out, which he's still running.
Yeah.
Because Stingray Rob is out. He is 6 laps. Sorry, hold on.
You get your maths on it.
With
17
laps to go, ish.
Power's boxed. Oh.
You might have to throw this out the window here, mate, because we've got Ericsson, Kirkwood, Power, Lundgaard, Simpson, and Pato coming to pit lane.
Would that put them a lap down again? Oh, I don't know.
We'll have to see.
Tyres only, no fuel. Tyres only, come on. This is a really strange situation. The field are coming out the last corner now.
Tyres only, no fuel for Pato.
Yeah, makes sense. Away goes Power. Okay, the field are out the last corner. They stay in the lead lap. Power fighting with the 45 as well. They've kept their lap. Field have just come around the line now. That was close. Super, super close.
So yeah, if Connor Daly goes out of this race, Alex Pato will be able to get into 18th, maybe possibly 17th, on the same lap as Stingray Rob.
Confirmed, Will Power is on the lead lap in 9th. He's now 9th. Every point matters now. But they've got lap traffic in the way. They're not going to organise the field correctly. Oh, this is going to be a mess.
Jack Harvey, Catherine Legg, Christian Rasmussen, Connor Daly, Felix Rosenquist, David Malukas to pit lane. So Malukas is still running, albeit over 100. Over 50
pit lane to drive
50
through.
laps down. I believe he is the last of the running cars here.
Say that again, GT.
Lapped cars are being directed to drive through the pits.
So that's going to put Power back up into contention with the leaders. It's bunched them all up again. So that's new. I've never known lapped cars to use the pit lane before. That's a trick at the book.
I mean, that's just another kind of quicker way, I'd imagine, to cycle lead cars or lapped cars out of the equation here.
But they have. That's the first time they've done it today. And what's the first time they use it? Well, Will Power needs to get back up in the running order. Just saying. Bit coincidental, that. Haven't used it all day when there was lap traffic in the way at the restarts. Didn't use it yesterday for the same reason. Oh no, Will Power's just got a lap back. Sure, let's put the lap cars in the pit lane so he's right there to capitalise on as many positions as he can. Oh, that doesn't sit right a little bit. I feel something there.
To play devil's advocate here, we haven't had a yellow flag kind of lengthy enough to be able to even do that.
To be fair, yeah, it's part of the start, which...
And obviously, I think even with or without power, you would want to have a restart where traffic
is out the way.
Was not a factor here. Colton Herta's crew watches on the Gamebridge 26 crew. They want this win badly. I believe I see the lights off on the safety car.
Yep, 1 to go.
Look at that. They're on their feet. I'll stand up as well. This is going to be a crescendo end. About 10 laps. That's going to be around about 4.5 minutes of non-stop action. Can anyone's heart take it? McLaughlin, Rossi, Dixon, Herta, Ferrucci, VK, Grosjean, Ericsson, Power, the 9 cars on the lead lap. Kyle Kirkwood's got back on the lead lap as well. 10 cars, lead lap, 11 to go. Let's go racing to decide the Milwaukee Mile 250. Second race of the weekend. Into the restart zone. We're green flag running again. Good start from McLaughlin. Everyone gets away well. Power just taking it easy through 1. And through goes Dixon on Rossi. And look at Ferrucci to the high line as well. Herta coming with him. Herta to third. Ferrucci can't drag back. And into second position.
To the inside of Dixon now.
He's done it. Dixon stays high. Dixon keeps it. They're side by side. McLaughlin's a second ahead. They're rubbing wheels, Jackson.
Great stuff here. Further back, Ferrucci is still behind Alexander Rossi. He'll hold on to that top 5 spot. Rinus VK continues to wait in the wings, but Scott McLaughlin has started to shoot himself into this Milwaukee sunset. Further back, Romain Grosjean also tries to get to work on Marcus Ericsson. That's for 8th.
Scott Dixon, Colton Herta, both lapping the best laps they have during this race. They are at their prime in this race at this current moment, and the gap has gone down by 2, now 3/10 of a second at the lead. 9 to go.
They are flying it round.
Now joins that as well. Scott Dixon went back-to-back 2 of the fastest laps of the day. Points as they run right now, obviously not ideal for Palou or Power, but Power is going to have far better odds than he was imagining in a day that could have been a day where Alex Palou left this track with his hands on the Astor Cup.
It goes down to the final race of the season in Nashville. That's fine. McLaughlin, Dixon, and Herta battling after the win. Looks like Herta's dropped back. It's a 2-way fight then with 7 to go. It's McLaughlin versus Dixon, and oh boy, have we seen these two battle. Remember what happened a couple of years ago? It's all over again. The two go for it, the Kiwis.
2 Kiwis going at it. The old guard, the guy who got his first ever win here at Milwaukee. The one that told Chip Ganassi, hey, maybe we should sign this kid and give him a chance, and has now become one of the winningest drivers ever. Further back, this could be another new and old guard scenario. Alexander Rossi fighting with Santino Ferrucci for 4th and 5th. Ferrucci with the big dive to the inside, and he'll get it and make it stick.
Fantastic dive bomb on the inside. He'll now set off after Colton Herta to try and get 3rd place again. Meantime, at the front, McLaughlin is still holding off Dixon.
Colton Herta kind of in no man's land right here. Won't really be able to close that gap. Let's see if Ferrucci and Rossi can do anything here. Connor Daly will return to the pit lane. I don't think it'll be enough there to give Palou or Stingray Robb that position here with 5 on the clock. Dixon about 0.8 seconds back now on Scott McLaughlin.
4 to go at the line. And here on the inside, that's Marcus Ericsson trying to get through VK for 6th position. Going on the low line. Lovely move to take through. VK, a little bit of a twitch at the exit of 4, but he's taken it for 6th. Power is he's dropped back massively. He's just settled for 10th. Not even going to attempt Grosjean at the moment, which is a shame.
Been a lot of appropriate driving here. Lap traffic slowly becoming a factor here. Christian Rasmussen will stay out of trouble here. Dixon now under half a second to McLaughlin. Herta nowhere to be seen. Ferrucci, Rossi, Eriksson will not be in contention to win this, but still fighting for that final top 5 spot.
Which one is it going to be then? Is it going to be Scott McLaughlin for his second ever win on an oval? Or is it going to be the guy who's won the most of everything, Scott Dixon, in second place? They're closing down with 2 to go here at the Milwaukee Mile. That's around about 40 seconds of action left in this race. And boys, it's been great. But I don't think Scotty Dixon can do anything. It's going to be Scotty Mack who's going to be on top, I think.
If there were any doubts about maybe manufactured racing in Iowa, this last mile, if it's executed perfectly, will cement Scotty Mack as an oval driver. 1 lap to go here.
Had pole position yesterday, couldn't get the race win. He started 3rd on the grid today, he will get the race win. Into the last corner, it's checkered flag out. It's a Kiwi 1-2, it's a Scott 1-2, but it's not Dixon. Scotty Mack wins the second race at the Milwaukee Mile in 2024. Fantastic.
Great drive for Scott Dixon. Heck of a recovery for McLaughlin, for Herta especially, who really needed that podium after yesterday. Another incredible drive for Santino Ferrucci, his second top 5 this weekend. Maybe one of the only drivers to be in the top 5 this whole weekend. I'll need JT to look at that. We had an all-Chevy top 3 last night. We have an all-Honda top 3 tonight.
Oh, what a race, JT.
Yeah, and what a race it was with chaos. We've had so many yellows, and, well, we finally got it done.
And now we've only got 50 minutes until INDYCAR. So NASCAR, 50 minutes to go, everybody. So,
yep.
Oh, that's going to be good, isn't it? Now, JT, do we have a green flag time yet?
Yeah, it was released quite a while ago. Let me look for it.
So, do I have to cry? Because if we end up in bed at like 4 a.m., I think I might literally just like... And it's a 500.
Off-air time is scheduled for 4 a.m.
Oh, for God's sake. Of course it is. It's a 500-mile race for only the second time this year, so of course I wasn't going to get that great finish.
6:05 green flag. Most of the weather is staying north, but there's a lot of it.
What? So we're only on here for 5 minutes before the green light? That's quite a quick change around.
Gavin Jones, thanks for the excellent call, boys. Happy Kiwi today. Look after yourself. Get some sleep. Appreciate it, Gavin. We are unfortunately not going anywhere. It's middle of the day for me. These guys are going to go for the nightcap here at NASCAR. Same for Rod Brown. Brilliant call, blokes. Loved it. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Especially as one of us is walking injured. Hello.
Oh. 2 of us. Hello.
Oh, you ill too?
Yeah.
I know you had a medical emergency yesterday. I didn't know you were ill. Oh, dear. This is why we needed Jackson today.
I'm glad I could be of service.
The shouty bits when none of us can. Honestly, I think my voice is going a little bit actually as well. Honestly, it's just... I'll send a photo in the com chat of what this also actually looks like later. It is properly... It's not just a little one, it's massive. And it really hurts. And I just picked something up as well from something or other. I wonder if I can have some ice cream in the gap. That might help. Do we know what's happening yet with NASCAR, JT, with USRN?
No, Matthew's not got back to me. I'm guessing he's busy on INDYCAR, I don't know.
Ah, that could be the case. We could... Well, let's open up the comms box to everybody. That would be quite fun.
Chat, get in here.
Yeah. I guess that means JT will probably put you to the pit lane on that one so that you can have a rest and not be on cameras, and you can edit as well. So we'll have Jack...
No.
Why?
I like NASCAR, though.
Oh, for God's sake.
My wheel knowledge for Cup is not there yet. I'm not going to be able to be...
All right, in that case...
Too much of service for you guys.
In that case, then, we'll put Jack and Jackson... That's not going to be confusing, is it? Jack and Jackson we'll put down in pit lane.
I can go down pit road if you want. I can look on Twitter and everything. I've got the times, so if you want, Josh,
Yeah.
We can go on at 45 minutes past the hour for the invocation at 47 minutes past, which I can provide because Premier Sports go on at 10:30.
Let's do it. Because Abu Dhabi Sports go on at 11.
Right, I've literally spent the past half an hour drawing lines on Paint 3D.
Right.
It's gonna be confusing for everyone, but to me it makes sense.
Is this going to be JT Pates?
Yes.
Right, okay. Do I need to get you on a full camera?
Maybe.
Right, give me 1 minute then. Let's head down to pit lane and hear the latest.
Still in play to make the playoffs, regular season title, and more with Bubba Wallace trying to work his way in, starting from the pole today. But now it's time to celebrate to victory lane with Georgia Henneberry.
He celebrated a little bit already with every member of this team. Scott, victorious here at the Milwaukee Mile. Such a historic place for the NTT IndyCar Series, and now you get to add your name to those history books. How were you able to deal with the unpredictability of this race?
That was like the most fun race I've had in IndyCar. It was a blast. So happy for everyone in the Gallagher Chevy. Like we just stuck with it, and it wasn't quite good at the start, the car, and then we just tuned her up, and it was awesome. So a lot better in traffic today, which helped a lot. Credit to Colton and all the races out there. We had a blast racing each other, and the 21 car, their pit crew, they helped me a lot in some exchanges, helping me get into the pit box and stuff. So big thanks to Team Chevy and that teamwork that we have, and yeah, burn the house down tonight. That's awesome. I'm pumped.
What does this win signify for this team?
Just tenacity, I guess, in some ways. You know, we work hard. Our car wasn't great last night. I did a terrible job yesterday, and we really worked hard on it. I hardly slept last night. Honestly, I got like 4.5 hours sleep just because I was just like so stressed about like what I did wrong and what I could do better.
More than me.
Just really lucky to have this group, you know, and we'll just keep working, and hopefully, yeah, that's all we can do is win races from now on. So we'll just have fun.
A win created out of hard work. Scott McLaughlin is victorious here at the Milwaukee Mile. Dylan.
Will Power rebounded to 10th after an eventful day. Let's start with the spin on the restart. What happened there?
Yeah, it was like a faster than normal restart, or maybe it's because I was starting back there and I was in second gear. Just, oh man, caught me by surprise. Did not expect that. I was really happy to keep it off the wall, not get hit by anyone. And, yeah, we lost a lap changing that wing. So I don't know how damage the wing was, but, oh man, yeah, that was closer.
Well, and you just said the points sit at 33.
Yeah, I was able to actually bump it crazily. Yeah, long shot now. Yeah, God gave us a chance there, and kind of let it go. But that's a season, man. You just can't have those mistakes. You know, it's going to be a big hectic on those restarts, and we're back there. So maybe it would have been better to stay out. I don't know.
They needed a good day. They had an okay day today, but still cut 10 points out of Alex Palou's championship lead.
Yep, he's done it on back-to-back days, and Will Power will have a chance in 2 weeks at the Nashville Super Speedway.
Yeah, nice to hear from them. They're going off here now to get to their show for NBC. We'll come back to the conference against our final thoughts. But first of all, we've got to know what JT's up to. And he's getting ready, I believe, to tell us. But while he does that, Jackson, your final thoughts on this race?
Great race for Scott McLaughlin. Proved any doubts of the issues that Iowa might have brought out, and just keeps on cementing himself as a stellar IndyCar driver. Great drive as well for Scott Dixon in a vintage be quiet all day, show up to the front at the end run. Colton Herta needed that badly after yesterday, and Marcus Ericsson, after his tangle with Newgarden, really needed a top 10, top 5 for his guys, and that's exactly what he did, Josh.
Absolutely as well. A crazy race. Right, JT, are you ready?
Yes.
Right, go on then.
Okay, it's time for a lot of lines. Jack was indeed correct about what I'm going to be talking about. Okay, so...
Oh my, okay.
Here we go. This is from a previous IndyCar race, but let's make it a little bit more easier to read. Okay, so all of these cars at the front, they cannot look up to the flag stand.
Because of the Hans.
Because of the Hans device, and they want to be looking forward and seeing where all the other cars. So they look over to here, to the flag panel on the wall. Then we go a little bit further back, And these cars are going to be focusing on these cars, which will be looking at that. But these cars also have the option to look up to here, but they won't want to look up to here just in case someone crashes down here and they miss it. These cars can do whatever they want because, well, they're far back. And if there's a crash here, they can see it way before. Yep. Now we go on to the second one, which is from today.
Right.
This is the image from today's incident where we can see, but let's first go down to Alex Palou.
I'm a bit sad and disappointed today. We just couldn't really do anything. We tried everything to try and not lose many laps, but yeah, it was out of my control or the team's control or HRC control. So yeah, it's a sport. It is what it is. But we tried everything. We're getting happier and happier, getting more points, 1 point, one more point, one more point. So yeah, it was not a great day, but could have been a lot worse, could have been a lot better, obviously. But yeah, on to Nashville.
On to Nashville. Dylan.
Scott Dixon.
Go on, JT.
Yeah, that's the second time I've been interrupted by Alex Palou trying to explain something, so thanks, Alex. But yeah, this is from today. Let's first have a look at the front drivers if they were looking up at the flag stand. That is where they would be looking up, and you can see just a little bit that the line is
on the track.
Is down there. That is way too small. Here, that is way too big. There.
Yes, I see it. Yeah.
So they won't. Yes, they're further back than the previous one, but they won't want to be looking up because of the hands device, as Jackson mentioned. So they will be looking at the panel on the left-hand side
panels, yeah.
here, which is showing green. The starter called it off, but the green panel was showing green. So now let's have a quick look at where the drivers would be looking at the panel with the purple lines.
Everybody here.
They would all be looking there, and the cars behind would be looking at the front. And in this case, there's only one car to the very back, which avoids it all. And then Newgarden there. Of course, we've got Armstrong here. Linus Lundqvist, from behind, must see everyone go and then see the green panel over here. As my dog walks in and jumps on the bed and gets scared by 2 bottles on the bed that I need to put in the bin. Well done, dog.
As you do.
But yeah, so everyone's looking at this panel, which is obviously showing green. Of course, we've got to remember that every single car has radios, and every single spotter is listening into the race control, and race control have a direct feed to every single spotter and every single driver. A little bit like a race receiver here in the UK if you followed a stock car racing and a banger racing like I do. So Linus Lundqvist must have either not been listening to his radio or had some issue with his radio at that current moment, which made him didn't hear the restart called off. So, of course, he saw the panel green, not looking up at the starter because he wasn't able to because of his helmet and his hands device and the aero screen.
So
yeah.
Whose fault is it at the end of the day? Is it the drivers? Is it race control? Who do we apportion blame to?
I'm gonna say it's a bit of both, but more to race control because they're looking more at the panel than the starter on the stand because of how high up the starter is. So I'm gonna put that on race control. But then we have to ask the questions of why Linus Lundqvist was not told, or why did Linus Lundqvist not receive the message that the start was called off? Was he too focused on that panel going green that he blocked everything else out in his head and was just fully focused on that panel going green? We actually had an event at the raceway that I was at today, where the marshal at turn 3 thought that the recovery truck that was acting as the pace car had come in. That had actually not come in due to a staller on the front straight. And so the marshal at turn 3 was waving the green flag. The drivers saw that. They went. The recovery truck was still on circuit. So we had some cars staying behind the recovery truck, some cars not. So it's kind of a case of race control error, but driver error, but more race control, because they're showing something which is more in the driver's eye than something else.
It's going to be a case of like this is what Linus heard in his ear. Okay, rolling, green. Actually, wave up. Check up. Boom.
Yeah.
And while that's happening, he's looking at Aaron Likens throwing the yellow flag and looking down at a green paddle. So you're getting 900 different messages at the same time. So Linus Lundqvist, sure, he's at fault, but everyone is getting 100 different messages at the same time.
What we also have to remember is that at the first start of the race, or at the first green flag of the race, is that we have an honorary flag marshal, which we can see up on the flag stand here with Aaron Likens. Aaron Likens is holding the yellow flag, and the honorary flag marshal gets a tap on the back to display the green. So Aaron Likens, the starter, displaying the yellow flag, and the honorary flag marshal not displaying the green. So the starter overruled that, but race control systems didn't get the memo of that.
Oh, it's very messy. This is why it should be one or the other. And I'm in favour of the flag, not the light board.
And that is a random JT's deep dive into tons of lines and half an hour's work on Paint 3D.
Hey, I think it looks great. We got some analysis in a post-race show for the first time. When did we ever usually have that? Perfect.
I can't remember.
All right, I got to go to this post-race press conference, but I will talk to you gentlemen later.
No worries. See you later, Jackson. See you later. JT, thanks for your company today as well. Oh, I see you big there. Hello. I forgot to turn you off there. Thanks for your company today, JT. Thanks to Jackson. Thanks to all of you at home. Next up, it's NASCAR. You'll be redirected if you're watching on YouTube and Twitch. What an amazing race we've had here in Milwaukee. The title will go down to the final race of the year in 2 weeks at Nashville on the Speedway. We'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.